first things first. My name is Kenneth Bird. My company is ILEG Technology Screens. I am just bought a projector. So I bought an Epson H283A powerlite S6 LCD projector. I got it for around $16.25. With the shipping of $8 comes to $25.71. So I purchased for it. Let me see, where's the power cord for this thing? You gotta stop rolling over this power cord. That's all I had to pay for. So it's gonna be one of my other projectors I add to my collection. As I said before, I have this goal for myself that I can't pay anything over $200 for a projector. Every projector we buy on this mark, we show our customers that you don't spend a lot of money for a projector. This also will show that these projectors do not work on gray or white screens. They don't function on them. No matter how they try to make it look like it will, it won't. And if anyone suggests in any forum site or any place we go, well, you need a more what? Expensive projector to fix the problem? That's the problem we have right now. We have to spend more money for projectors that don't work. So that's just a waste of money. You should be able to buy a projector for under $200 and it should work just fine. That's why we purchase these machines. What I'm using right now, my QME portable projector I have here, paid $40 for this. That's it. My projector does not work on white screens. They advertise it works on a white screen. Technically, it doesn't. See that at forum sites all the time. See these white projection screen setups, and they say, "Hey, it works on a white screen." It don't work on a white screen. It can't recolor. Plugged in? No, we're not. I forgot we were walking around this thing today. Let's plug it in. Do we calibrate our machines? No, we don't calibrate our machines. I've seen in topics that people say, well, you have to do some kind of... No, you don't. You do calibration because you can't read color and you're not picking up your contrast correctly. That's why you calibrate. We don't calibrate anything. I personally don't like to calibrate. As you can see, without the technology that we have, the projector is completely useless. It doesn't work. And we're not even for lighting. I just did an update, didn't it? Let's see. We have no internet. Let's go switch our internet on. Give me a minute. There we go. We're not going to be here right now. Videos or something that'll work. So as you can see the massive difference between our new screen paint technology and a white surface. I told you, a white surface doesn't register at all. It doesn't pick up. We had it over there. We got the base splatter screen over there. And it doesn't pick up, and it'll do the same thing over here. At 300 lumens, it won't read. See a little underwater.
There are moments that shape futures that are
Now somebody come over and said this thing looks unreal. It does look unreal. They do.
faith
the difference between the fact that you lose that much of your image on your projector, and people go out and they spend all this money on more expensive projectors to fix the problem. You're just throwing money down the drain, is what you are. Just setting it on fire and you're burning it, because you know why? You don't need all that stuff that they claim you need. The whole setup is designed to take more money out of you. They give you a high-end projector. They spend all this money for it. Where's he? Something fell over. They give you a high-end projector. It costs a ton of money, and they give you a white screen. They know what's going to happen. They know darn well you can't read contrast and color. They know what you're left with, but they made their money already. So now you're stuck with it. You got to figure out how to get it to work when it's supposed to work from the door. That's literally how much you lose from your projector when using a white screen. The projector we have, the QME2, is worthless on a white screen. But yet you see demonstrations of them on white screens in dark environments, on standalones by themselves. That's a massive difference, isn't it? In order to pick up that image properly, you need 100% contrast to do it. Now, since the gray screen is in such a boasty attitude, we're going to make a high-grade gray screen paint today. Simple, easy to do. And we're going to do, when we make this high-grade screen paint, we're going to paint it down to the surface behind me. Put it down on a couple pieces of cardboard, paint it over it, and turn it into a splatter screen. And you'll see exactly what we're talking about, how they do not read correctly, they don't pick up contrast or color. I don't know the ways to explain this. We've been talking about this for years, and I have no idea what's going on with the whole brainwash process of the gray screen, where for some reason it feels it reads 100% contrast. It does not read 100% contrast. How would that even be possible? It's gray. You know, people can recognize it with their phones, they can recognize that with their TVs, they can recognize that with monitors. When it comes to a projection screen, they're just completely backwards on that one. Can't see the screen. We see them post and they go, well, look at my collars, turn your lights on. If you have future technology, you should be able to turn your lights on. Being in the dark is old. You're pretty much mimicking, what, 1920s? The silent era of movies? That's what they're doing. They're all in the dark, every single one of them. Everything up to the 70s in the dark. Everybody had little mini showrooms up in Hollywood, little back viewing rooms, all in the dark. You're pretty much in that era. Let me see. Let's get something interesting. Transformer fight scenes. Interesting, we have microphones on this side. Usually we don't have microphones on the side when we're doing something.
Discover doubles your cashback earned at the end of your first year. Take them. Handle every part.
And you see I pull my cell phone out? This thing matches for my cell phone.
Map out your project.
My cell phone has an OLED screen on it. You don't see any of that. Now for those using white screens, you're not picking up nothing. Absolutely nothing. So I'm gonna expand this out a little bit more. See the contrast is black. This is picking up 100% black. So you're seeing a 100% black level. Not a fake level, of 100% black. See how right here, it's not even there anymore. It's gone. Because the white screen can't read the black levels. That's why I said if you're doing consider you're doing an upgrade with the gray screen, you still can't read the 100% black levels. Where are you getting the black levels from? Well, if you spend more for a projector, that means you have to spend more money for a projector to get the black levels to read. That costs you more money. So question, where are you getting the black levels from? we'll have that topic when we do the gray screen. I'm going to be in a forum set anyway today. Where are you getting these black levels from? A projector costs $40. Show me something under $40 or $40 that you're receiving 100% contrast on without using the projector to do so. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Let's go with some Samsung 4K demonstrations. We're picking this up. No, you're not seeing any of it. None of it. You can't read it. White screens don't read jack. They don't. So when you do a demonstration of your product versus a white screen, you have to show there's a massive, significant difference on why they should take the time to buy your product and repaint it to their screen. You have to really show that there is a huge difference between night and day. And as you see the new cinematic technology we have here, the black technology, a white screen doesn't exist next to one of these. You can't read. Because those screens produce 10 times better color, way better contrast, again at 100%, and the white levels are absolutely incredible. Now, for those of you who have gray screens that repeatedly want to talk about the cinematic, let me explain something to you. A cinematic can blend into your white levels extremely easy, which we'll show you in demonstrations. It can pick up color and contrast you can't read, and I guarantee you that's going to bleed out your screen with a cell phone flashlight, because the other one did it with no problem. The reason why they tell you calibrated is needed because the screen picks up poor color. On top of that, you're spending all this money for nothing. Look at that. Look at the big difference in that. All screens have a sacrifice level. All of them have it. Depends on how much of the sacrifice the projector is going to go through. We use your black screens for the white levels, but in order for us to pick up those beautiful bright colors, we'd have to be able to pick up an extremely high white level. In order to blend into screens that are far lighter than us, especially with white levels, we would have to pick up a high white level. In order to do this in a fully lit environment with a halo system embedded in the screen, we would definitely have to pick up a very high white level. Black screens are not supposed to be operating with those tremendously high white well-lit environments because they're supposed to have a very hard time mustering up white levels. So you see a lot of them in darker environments, high-powered projectors to try to get those white levels to pop, and the environment's a little darker. We don't have that issue. We can drop on low projectors, fully lit environments, and not have any issues. Got a pickup coming in today. That's what I'm prepping for right now. And we'll be updating the website today. Small updates. I want to add my address to my office. That's over on my license now. I don't know why somebody thought at the end of the day that showing off the address on that. Nope, I already bought this in office. That's what it's designed for. I have clients that come in. So, I don't got a problem with that. Advertise for me. Thank you. I appreciate it. Technology is going to be everywhere. Even California. Because right now, as we speak, I got a buddy who's going through all your terms and conditions in order to conduct business in that section. That's really not hard. It really isn't. So you have to make sure you tell the truth on your paperwork. You're lying about that stuff. I ain't paperwork. But anyway. We even had people go in and redo our videos, record over it, make it darker. The problem you have with that is, that means all the customers would have the same issue. On site, they would have the same issue too. Everywhere we go with this, we have the same issue. Man, we're not in the home front, we're in the office building. So anyone seeing this would have to see the same thing. It'd be virtually impossible. But thank you so much. We collected those videos. Because again, as I said before, we have to take a few people to court. On those videos alone, too, on top of that. There you get the screen to a judge, how that screen is operating. For the environment. Customers have it. They have it on different sites and organizations who have that technology. It's going to be interesting hearing that one being explained. All the jealousy. We're used to it. I've seen demonstrations on the benefits of a white screen versus gray. And I've seen light screen turned out. Light should never ever be turned out. Ever. They have to turn the lights out. That means you'll be doing the same thing too. You'll also be turning lights out. Put some more light in here. I saw that demonstration. I said, oh shoot, we're gonna have lights on this demonstration? Turned the lights out. I was like, what the heck? Why'd you turn the lights out for? The screen wouldn't pick up, that's why I turned the lights out. It's not an impressive demonstration. White screen has to be in the dark. They don't function right. You don't want to turn your stuff out and be in the dark with the white screen. That's not the benefits. You're in the dark environment with them. The white screen should better be in the dark to work. I'm so glad I didn't have that hard-headed denial nonsense when I tested myself against Black Diamond. Can you imagine that? Seeing that technology in there, and I'm still going to be hard-headed enough to think that a gray screen could take on Black Diamond technology. All that time wasted. They've been changing over technology, they've been doing research, and all that time wasted on an old product that now is going to be pretty soon obsolete. Once we get the new TV technology ready to go, that's the one that actually changes screen's colors. A lot missing, isn't it? So if you went out, I asked one time, I remember customers when we first started doing these splatter screen demonstrations, customers would always ask us what kind of projector we're using. They thought the projector was doing all the work. See, that's the sad thing about it, because people will sell you a projector making you think the projector is doing all the work. Screen plays a big part. Projector can do all it wants to do, it still can't show its abilities without the screen. So you're going to have to spend the money for the screen. A good one too. White screen's not going to help you. But yeah, they thought it was coming from the projector. Always asking, what kind of projector are you using? What kind of projector are you using? And I had to put down the camera like, no, projector's not doing the work. So we had to start doing splatter screens. So they can see how much of our technology improves the projector over the white surface which you will be purchasing from somebody. Will be selling you one of those things. That's literally how much you lose. So without our technology there, it doesn't work. That's why we do the black on black paint demonstrations, fabric demonstrations, all that stuff. To show you that, hey, maybe I can go out there, maybe I can mimic by using fabrics and paints and do the same thing he's doing. Not ours, you won't. That's why we do those tests. Color balance test, lumen test, or projector test, inside, outside. When you do demonstrations outside, you just don't do one screen and call it quits. You have to do dozens of those demonstrations on dozen pieces of material, fabrics, whatever. You have to do all that stuff. That's how you learn. That's how we found out about fixed frame screens. They have a couple interesting temperaments about them. You can't just do one surface and go, well, I was outside. No, it don't work that way. You're literally going to have to freeze your screen into a block of ice. Did that already. Make sure it doesn't crack or peel. The last thing you want is to have the screen cracking or peeling. Or, if your screen has a very complicated process to apply the surface, what happens if a bird or animal comes up there, sprays on your screen, or maybe your kids might throw mud on it. Anything can happen out there to your screen. Especially if you got a big screen, you're not taking that thing down and putting it back up again over and over again. So with that being said, what is the process to repair it? Now, if you require a multi-coat application and light rolls and all these different complications, that means that something poops on your side of your screen like a bird, you're going to have to repeat the process in that one area the same way you repeated the process throughout the entire screen. It wouldn't make any sense to do a one-coat application there. You did a 5 on the other side. That doesn't make any sense. You have to repeat the process again. So to repair it, it's going to be complicated and a headache. And then if it requires a leveling system for everything to level off, you're going to have to paint the entire screen, because you can't just paint that one section. That means you have 8 layers on one little spot, and you got 4 layers on the original screen itself that you painted to begin with. So if there's a leveling issue in there, then now you got to go repaint the whole thing all over again for one little spot. So every time a bird or anything else craps on your screen, and it will, you're going to have to go through that same nightmare process. So people don't think when they do those complicated processes, because they want to make the screen paint seem like it's more high tech. You're giving people headaches on that thing. One coat, roll over, you're done. Just like when I draw on the screen with black paint damages our screen. The white levels don't read correctly, as you saw in all the testing we do. So to fix that problem, just roll right back over it, done. It blends right into the screen. Easy repair process. We're going to do an interesting demonstration today. We're going to take a demonstration, we're going to simulate kids. We'll put mustard and ketchup all over the surface. And they're going to repaint right over top of it like it never even happened. That's why you don't do a multi-coat application, because you'll have to repeat that process every single time someone messes up your screen. And trust me, stuff happens. Within your screen won't get touched. You have a backyard barbecue and your screen, you can't watch everybody. You really can't. Kids will get something on their hands, they'll basically touch the screen. Sometimes they'll wipe their hands off. They use the screen to wipe their hands off. Even adults, they get too close to the screen, they spill stuff on the screen. Happens all the time. I had a customer one time, his kids turned this screen into a giant coloring book. There were stick figures as far as the eye can see. So what do I do about this? You paint right back over it. You're done. Now look at that. Look at the huge, massive difference. The QME 2 projector is absolutely worthless on a white screen. It's worthless on a gray screen. And again, I can't express it enough. I think I've said this so many times. I hear it in my sleep. See that black level in the background? You have to read that. That's a must. Can't skip it. Can't get around it. You have to read that. Hmm. 4K jewelry demonstration. People do these in the dark too. You're not supposed to do this in the dark. Back on my screen, go ahead and turn black at all times. Gaming on this technology is beautiful. Big requirement in gaming, contrast is one important thing in gaming would be your contrast levels. It makes and breaks how your game plays out. You play on a crappy screen, play on a screen that's absolutely amazing. Big role in that. Somebody comment me, what about some newer games? You can't even play the retro games. You know the retro games require a ton of black levels? They do. Pac-Man, Centipede, Space Invaders, those backgrounds are all 100% black. You have to be able to read that. Don't worry about the new games. You got to pass those old games first. Get a nice, beautiful city skyline there. So when they advertise this projector, use the white screen. These projectors are supposed to be portable, used for business. So we're in office right now, so that's fantastic. What we have in here. If I want to do a presentation, I was going to use a white screen. I would turn off the lights in here. But then you got to read the reports too. But with the lights back on, screen will wash out, and back and forth. You can read your reports in here with no problem. Have all your lights on. Take your portable projector where you need to take it at. Do all your presentations. And show an impressive demonstration with beautiful colors. These people are going to enter the future. There's black technology you have right before you right now. Tired of the white screens. Don't want to spend the money for expensive machines. And we're going to help them fix that. So they can do this. Now, for the gray screen that's in such denial, we're going to make a special screen today. We're going to make a special screen paint. I specialize in this field. It's the first field that I got into when I got into screen paint mixtures. And I'm going to show you to make a high-performance, professional gray screen paint. And then, we're going to use this stuff to destroy it. We got with the certifieds. Went out and made this high-grade certified technology, gunmetal technology, and used it to take out every single certified screen we had in our collection. It was quite a lot, about 34, 35 screens it took out. And then we used the black technology to take our own screen out to show you that the black screen is much more superior. So we'll do it here too. Let me see. I need tape. Where's the tape at? Oh, tape is right behind us. Now soon we're going to have a 1 gallon. People request 1 gallon. People like to paint their whole walls and stuff like that with it. Oh, here we go. Now we had a little conversation yesterday about the whole eBay thing. I am going to do that. But it's not for the purpose of people think at the end of the day, we're having some fun. We can't conquer anything on it. We don't have a problem with that. That's our website. It's a dream. It's business at the end of the day. Don't get your feathers ruffled. It's business. If you're expecting to go into business and you think that no one's going to challenge your product, you're not going to have anybody's going to try to competition, you're in the wrong business. You really are. I don't know what type of business you think you're going to be in, but you're going to have that. You know, if you got a steak shop you've been operating for years and somebody opens up one next to you, guess what that becomes? Competition. That's what happens. So if we move into eBay to sell some items, then you're going to have to be able to compete with our technology. Now, if we post our stuff that's better than everybody else's, and we have more test demonstrations, we have more customer reviews, showing our products not stuck in dark environments, literally outside. Massive difference. And in daytime hours, too, because I've seen people trying to mimic our demonstrations, you're out in the dark. Don't do that. But anyway, so with that being said, yeah, we can take any paint from that site, buy it, do a side-by-side comparison, and overpower it with no problem. I've done them already. I've done all of them on the list here anyway. And every single one of them. Now, am I trying to take over eBay? No. We just have a more powerful product, that's all. Why not have it there? See, people understand the business terms of eBay. eBay is fantastic because eBay gives you a ton of traffic. It does. Our websites get a ton of traffic, but hey, everybody wants more, and we want more traffic. So we can redirect traffic from eBay straight to us. Most people have eBays have their own store. They got a store front they have, and then they have their eBay store. Pretty soon we're going to have a showroom to show off our technology, because you have to see things in real life. They're insane. eBay listing to show that 2 things out of the eBay listing, that our products are so advanced that we dominate everything else. I have no idea what this. I don't know what goes on sometimes. I'm not saying my rooms are set up differently. Rooms that are older adults, but I don't know. It's like I don't get it. It's like it's the Karen era. That's what it feels like to me. You know, when I was a kid, you wanted something, you worked hard for it, you mowed lawns, you walked dogs, you got paper route, stuff like that. You didn't have a GoFundMe account where you beg for money. And people now are professional beggars. And if you were into competition, people didn't go out and do the dumb stuff to get locked up and do dumb things. They had competition. They made a better product. They made a better product. You made a better one back and forth. They didn't do that kind of dumb nonsense. It's very unprofessional. And then when they're out it for what they do, they cry about it instead of being man enough to say, okay, yeah, I did it, I apologize, so and so and so. You know, you get more respect for admitting that you're wrong and apologizing for it than crying and whining about it. And then if we go onto the site, you know, then it's like, oh, it's unfair because your product's all tested. Well, then which one's it going to be? Okay, you guys want to argue and say our stuff is fake and phony and it's not real. And then when we come to your front door, now it's all, oh, we're bullying you. Stop being Karens and man up. I mean, seriously, man up. You want to wear the big boy pants at the end of the day? You want to be called a man? Man up. Stop that crying nonsense. It's very unbecoming. If you call us, we're going to be there to buy your stuff. If you cancel out and give us back money, that's embarrassing. That's your fault, not mine. Don't call me up then. You know what I mean? Don't challenge me at the end of the day. And you have to worry about me popping up because I will pop up. And we get people to get like that. They get mad, they get upset, and they get angry and start carrying on and acting up. Go ahead, do something stupid. Cross that line we want you to cross, and we'll get you in the courtroom. And you don't want to be in there. So, I can't express it enough. We're going on eBay, and we're going to dominate that section. Now, do I think the products on there work? They all work. We tested every single one of them. They work. They do exactly what they're designed to do. They do work. Are they equal to our technology? No, they're not. In no way whatsoever. I've had Blue Screen's top screen. I got it on my YouTube account. You can look it up for yourself. I got one of their top screens that they have. I think it's called something Max something. It's a good product. But when I sat there and asked, does it pull the highest contrast levels? And they said yes. Best paint to pull the highest contrast level at under any other screen paint. Well, you haven't met us, now you know us. Can't read a contrast level next to this. Did I bend this table? I think I did.
Chevy is called the heartbeat of America, like the people who keep this country moving.
So I know once we enter the eBay, we're going to hear the crying. I'm definitely 100% sure I'm going to hear crying on this mess. Now, if you feel the need that you want to submit to dirty tactics, this is anyone on eBay, so you're fair, you have no idea what you're getting yourself into. Everyone's actually came across our path, it does not go well. We can back our products up anywhere. If you feel you want to use old YouTube shenanigans like these guys, you'll get sued. You'll lose more than that listing at the end of the day. You'll lose your livelihood, maybe even your freedom in the process. Make a better product. That's what you do. You work hard, you make a better product. That's what I did when I was going against Seymour AV 1.3 and their silver technology. I didn't sit there and cry about it because they beat one of my screens. I made a better product, AG47, which now basically integrated into the screens we have today that allow them to read higher white levels. When I was testing out Black Diamond's technology next to all my gray paints, and Black Diamond beat every single one of my screens, even the new stuff I had. Did I cry about it? No. I pulled up my sleeves, I worked hard, and I made a product that was equal to their 1.4 black screen. That's why they contacted us. Well, actually, dark gunmetal screen. That's why they contacted me. And then later on, we made a black technology, which we tested against their product, was able to overpower the screen. Life is too short to cry about things. Where's the other part to this? Is right here. In the last 3 days, I have been going through this whole food poisoning process. Today I'm going through the aches. That's what I'm feeling right now. Stuff has already passed through my system, but it's still giving me problems. That's why I don't understand how people complain about this, that, and the other. Look, if you want to get into business, you have to understand, especially if you're working for yourself, you will work on days where you're sick. You'll work on every day. You'll work. You want to call yourself having a company, whether it's a business or a hobby, which one is it? Even people do hobbies work massive hours. Another guy said there, I said, I did it for my kids. When you did that video called Moving On to Bigger and Better Things, I did it for your kids. So You committed multiple federal crimes. Well, that's going to be real peachy. Yeah. So, the eBay paint, it's different. We have actually engineered a whole new product just for eBay. This is an exclusive product. It should take me a week to have it knocked out, all my tests completed, because I got most of the heavier stuff done with this thing. It'll come in 20 ounces. It's the only one we'll sell. You can't get it on the website. It can only be sold through eBay only. And to prove that it's more superior, we're going to buy the remaining of the paint that sits on eBay right now and do side-by-side demonstrations. Those tests will involve fully lit environments, 100% contrast capabilities, white light. Make sure our screens are picking up really high white levels next to this, which is very important. Watch this. Look at the white screen around it. Didn't even register. So yeah, we're going to do some testing on that. And then we're going to post those videos and links right directly to, I'm buying the big store by the way, on our eBay account. So you can go in and see the comparison of our products versus theirs. Now, if any one of them on that site feel that this is wrong, how's it wrong? It's business. Keep your emotions home, please, people. Business is not a place for emotions. It isn't. Well, some places, depending on what you're doing, emotions is very important in business. But this field is not for it. Let's go with, I haven't done the LG Beta Fish while I work here. LG Beta Fish. Let's do that one. I'm going to do the whole full video. Now, summertime's coming up. A lot of you are dealing with these white, washed out projection screens. Good gracious, why? And our technology is fully weatherproof, which you're going to be showing some demonstrations. That's how I had to get those parts for my projector over here. You want your screen to look like your TV, like we did in here. We had the screen. Pull out the cell phone. You watch Tron on our phone. Same thing. I think I'll do one with the monitor and the phone all at the same time. That should be fun. Like when that fish pushes through, so that perfect black comes up as perfect black. That gray. Can we get this one? We can get this one. Now, so eBay. Screen paint going to be the same as this one? No, I think it has to be different. That's an exclusive. It's going to be exclusive only to eBay only. We only sell it through eBay. Now, I'm pretty sure we're going to get some flack, and I'll tell you why, because it's the only 20 ounce up there that's $187. And I'm pretty sure the paints they have up there that are over, or actually under $187, they're going to probably complain, and I'm just speculating, but I would, complain that why is he getting $187 for a product that we're selling for 60, 40, 50 bucks. What makes it so special? So we're going to show you. We're going to challenge your products. And show each video demonstration as buying your products, receipts, the whole 9 yards, bring them over here, test them, see if your stuff does exactly what it says. I'm going to go to your specification sheet and see if you operate exactly as you say you do. You do. And then you'll have to basically operate on our specification sheet level, which you know are brutal. You'll be stuck in a Halo system. The Halo system we have is being upgraded. This one right here is 12,000. It's going to be upgraded to 24. We're going to have to match the ceiling. Good luck with that one. I'm not going to bother putting them against any of the newer technology we have because we don't plan to ever sell on eBay. Let me only be against the paint. That's what we're going to go against. So if someone comes in and clicks on the site, they can see your product versus our product. Which I have no idea why no one's ever done this before. I don't know. It can't be the only one thing for this stuff. How come no one else did? The other fellow was on there for the longest time. He's on eBay for a very long time. How come he didn't do side by side? Oh, you know why? Because it would have matched or something. It would have showed any improvement whatsoever. That's why. Like when you have simple, basic house paint, it is what it is. You can't magically challenge anything with that stuff. If that was the case, I would see so many video demonstrations versus certified screens, which I don't see. 0.2 gain. And some were claiming 0.2 gain. That's neither here nor there for us. This is 0.2 gain. It should be the operating here with no problem. Black Diamond's 1.4. That's their gain. 1.4. So if you have a 0.2, your gain is higher than a Black Diamond, which means you should be operating here with no problem. They can operate in here. So let's see what you got. Now this is going to be it's going to be fun for me because now since being on eBay, I'll have some challenges. I'll have some people, hey, somebody might decide to make a screen paint and challenge me. That'll be fantastic. The more screens I take out, the more my popularity grows. I'm going to be pointing people all over out here to that eBay account. I'm going to, I hate to put it this way, and I don't want people to take it the wrong way, but we're taking over that account for 1 year. And after that, we'll release it and we'll go about our business. We want to prove that we can do it. If you're going to call your products the best, you have to prove this. You can't just be out there saying, I got the best of the best. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to show you're the best. You go to any forum site involved in these heavy gunmetal screens, you can't walk in there and say, hey, I got a product better than Diamond. I got a product better than Elite Screens. I got a product better than DMP Supernova. You can't do that. And show me where. Let me see this. When you're sitting in a dark environment, why in a dark environment the screen has a gain literally sitting that high on top of it? The reason why you see them in environments like that, because the gunmetal certified screens have no problem to operate. You can operate it with no problem. They can run in there with no problem. They can't. That's why. That's why they're in the dark environments like that. They can't run in there. That's why every time they show our screen, we're trying to show our screen or mimicking saying it's our screen at the end of the day. Oh, that's his product. What the frick are we doing in a dark environment? Why do you keep sticking us in dark environments? We know the product's fake. We can see that from the door. But why in the world you have us in a dark environment? Because your screen doesn't operate. That's why. You can't even beat everyday black paint. Everyday black paint would beat the crap out of a gray screen. An everyday gray screen. Just everyday household black paint will beat the crap out of a freaking gray screen. We know we tested it already. That's why, even when they're cheating, they're doing fake black paint, they still have to be in the dark. Because that thing will pull a contrast level and this screen can't. Which I watched happen many times. What we have here is the spectrum. This is not really contrast. Oh my goodness, man. If he was in court for that, he would have been in so much trouble. That lawyer would look at him and like, excuse me, you trying to explain to the court here that that's not actually black, but that is black? Oh yeah, he'd definitely be in some trouble. No, that screen turned gray. I would think that's the one thing you wouldn't need to happen if you got a black screen. You need it to go turn black, right? Many serious losing their mind right now on the video. You know, I can feel it. Feel your frustration right now. It's like hearing somebody drop dishes in the back of the dish room that crash noise. That's what I literally hear. That's why I've seen, like, on the specification sheet, it'll say something like 2200 lumens. 2200 lumens is a cakewalk. That's easy. Why do you have 2200 lumens and you're ambient light control? You're not even 100% sure that you are ambient light rejection technology and you're using 2200? That's sad. 2200 is easy. That's nothing hard. One of them actually saw 3500 lumens with a bright projector. I was like, oh my goodness. Oh, he has not bought enough projector to know what we're talking about. No, 35 is not. 4,000 is not even considered to be a high bright projector anymore because now you got projectors, home theaters that are 4,000, 5,000 and up. That's venue now. But no way, no, 35. How would 35 be a high powered venue? No. Not even close. I had a Sony, not Sony, I had a ViewSonic PX747. They were 3,500 lumens. That's home theater. That's not even commercial. And then you got two types of venues, which again, they can't explain that one. You got regular commercial, and you got it's commercial, and then it's industrial. Industrial is a different type of projector. You're not plugging that into your wall, because I've had one before. That's a different type. You will brown out your freaking box in your basement. You'll overload your house easily. They absorb a ton of electricity. I know, because I had one. I had one that had a lens the size of a dinner plate sitting on top of it. That's why I bought the EcoFlow. I had to buy a battery pack system to run that thing, because it was industrial, a type, different ones. Now you had certain ones that come with roadhouses and some don't come with roadhouses. Usually the big ones are industrials, they come with a roadhouse. That's a suitcase. I had one come with a suitcase. I'm like, what the freak is this? That was a case for it. It was in a suitcase. They're called roadhouses. These for transporting the projector back and forth without it getting damaged. You can put all your different types of lenses in there and all that other stuff in there that you need, cords and stuff like that. You know, if you're doing venue, especially if you're doing it on site, can you explain to us what venue projector you're using? How many lumens? Is the projector 4K? Is it 720p? What's the resolution? Something? You don't get nothing. Oh, there's a projector's up in the ceiling, and that's where they are. Okay, that's pretty much all we got on that one. Projector's up in the ceiling. So bottom line is, it comes down to, without the freaking crappy smoke and mirror nonsense and calibrating and dark environment and high power expensive machines to try to get the screen to operate correctly. And then when you do get it, well, you got to go through a nightmare of calibrating. Get all that to work. They don't work on gray, and they don't work on white screens. And if anybody, any company, anywhere, don't care where you're at, you want to challenge on me on court, you look me up. You know where I'm at. I'm about to post my address and all my information right there to my page. You know exactly where I'm at. But be warned. We do this to you in a courtroom. I don't care who you are, what company, whatever you're at in the day, you want to back your grade paint, or you want to back up. We do this in a courtroom. This means that you will get a counter lawsuit from my company, which means you wasted a day of my time, and a day of my time is going to cost you $1 million. If you're a company, it may be far worse than that. So make sure you know what you're getting yourself into before you contact us. Outcome will not be nice. Giving you a fair warning. I got crazy demonstrations to do today. Why? Because why not? Sometimes I do this stuff when I'm bored. Like, we gotta find something crazy to do today. What are we gonna do today? Let's do this. I love the splatter screen. These are the funnest screens ever. I love the splatter screens. They're so much fun. We got to do a gray splatter screen. Gray splatter screen. And I'm never, ever eating at that place ever again, man. Definitely bad. Please see. I tell you. I don't know about anybody else that got sick there. I know we got sick there. While you pray over your food, it could have been far worse. Far, far worse. Like the crunchy sound. Like, what's that noise? Backing up and over. What's that crunchy noise? What's that noise? A noise, noise. Grind the cloud, grind. No idea. I guess let's see what's stuff. Yep. Keeping it there. Outer space screensavers. Oh, it's right there in front of you. Ta-da. Ta-da. Now, when would the eBay listing be up? Well, we got testing to do. As always. Always got testing. Testing, 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 testing. You know, like we did with this one. Tons of testing. I have no idea why, when we bump into these naysayers at the end of the day, that they don't understand that when you do that dumb stuff that you do, our products are tested. We got video demonstrations, timestamps showing us testing our products to make sure they work right. Any accusations you make, we can back it up in court that our products work, including the batch numbers. You're going to get your shirt, you're going to get your clock cleaned in court. It's bad. I mean, when I tell you people it's bad, I have lawyers laughing at how bad this is going to be. If we never tested anything, we'd be in a lot of trouble, because then you could say anything you want because we have no way to back it up. But our stuff is tested, and we have a history of doing this at around 500 something videos, 12,000 videos, over 600 screen paints, every single one of them tested the exact same way. Products on forum sites, products on site, products with customers, and we're about to grow to even more customers. And you got to face that in a courtroom and making statements that our stuff didn't work. But only that, you did multiple demonstrations for years making false accusations. How bad do you think we're going to get in the courtroom? This is why I explained to you, you're not going home. The day you spend, the summit you get, if you get one, you might get they might basically, from seeing all the stuff you did, they might issue a warrant for your arrest and keep you there until the court date comes up. I don't know about that, but I've seen crazy things happen when it comes down to stuff like that. But even if say you don't, and say you get out, you get bail, you get out, because there's criminal charges involved in this. It's not just a lawsuit. We file criminal charges on top of it, which means now, they have to make a decision whether they keep you or let you go. When that summit date, if you get out and you get a chance to be free with your family, that summit comes up for the day you have to appear in court. That day, every day is going to be your last day. Look at the stuff you did. If you feel you did nothing wrong, go to a police station right now. Record the whole thing. We'd love to be to see it. Do it live stream. Walk into a police station and explain to them the stuff that you did against us. Because if it wasn't punishable by law, what you did, there's no way in the world I could walk into a police station and get charges on you for that, because they would look at that and go, well, we really can't handle something like that. That sounds like something so-and-so. Yeah, we would have forgotten that. You clearly committed crimes. But you can't go to a police station. You can't tell them what you've done and stream it live so we can all see it. Then that means you've done something that you don't want to hit up in a court. There you go. You answered your own question. So, with that being said, well, you get that summit telling you the day you have to appear in court. And mind, you have to show up. For those of you who think that you're above the law, you don't have to show up. You will show up. Or you have a warrant for your arrest. You don't want those things. And you'll really be hunted. You don't want that. So, when we go to court, you're just going to have to back up that everything you said against my company was true, right? You believe in yourself, right? 100%. That you believe that what you said was true, right? All right, then. If we go to court, we handle it. But you already know that you lied deep down inside. You know that you basically said things that weren't true. And that's what you're afraid of. That's why you're reacting this way. That's why we don't have attorneys contact us. No one's contacting us. Because you already know it's the truth. See? There you go. You got yourself in a whole lot of trouble. Next time, keep your mouth shut. Don't say things that you shouldn't say. Don't write checks that you can't afford to cash. That's what that comes down to. Oh my goodness. I guess at the end of the day, we can't drop everything. We filed everything. We literally have filed just about everything. We can't drop this. It's going to happen. It's going to go through. It's going to happen. We got to end up in front of a judge sooner or later and talk about this. So, judging by how serious some of these crimes are, some of you, if not all of you, will not be going back the same way you came in. Bring your families with you. I would advise you to do that. You don't want them going through the prison system to come visit you, so make sure they come down. You won't get a chance. Well, I think they let them hug before they cart them off. I think they do. I did, you know. Now they'll sit there and say, but you act like I'm not enjoying this. You did something stupid. What do you think is going to happen? Look, if your kids, you have kids, I'm pretty sure you do. If your kids went out and broke someone's windows or harassed somebody, bullied someone, made threats and all that, what would you do about that? What do you think the consequences will come behind that? If they went out and broke out their neighbor's windows and their neighbors called the police, got them on camera breaking out the windows, what's going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? They're just going to let it go? Oh, it says that's all right. No. They're going to take you to court. They're going to take it out of your butt first. They're going to sue you and take that money out to fix those broken windows. And then your kid's going to end up in a juvie system. That's what's going to happen. So, you go out and do the dumb stuff you do, guess what that means? You're going to go through the system, and you're going to get sued. All right, then, there you go. What you have to do, and how the game works is, you're going to have to get an attorney to contact us, which you have not yet, and we want to hear from this attorney that we don't have a case. Not a fake attorney, real attorney. Jamie. What's the habit getting these fake attorneys? People, I don't know what they vouch for them. They kind of impersonate an attorney. You can't do this against the law, right? You go to jail for that kind of nonsense. Which will show the courts multiple times. And keep in mind, once that comes up in the courtroom, we have documents showing that he did contact us multiple times, claiming that they were attorneys. They're going to ask you to give up that information of these law firms that you claim. And it's going to get you a lot of trouble. The individuals that were involved, that posed as these individuals, you got pulled into this mess. Gee. How dumb can you be? If someone that came to me and said, hey, I need you to fake an attorney, I'm like, oh, heck no, we are not doing that. No, I'm sorry, you got to take them shenanigans elsewhere. How dumb are the individuals that agreed to that dumb nonsense? Nope, no way, buddy. Not in a million years. Where's that other document go? Ooh, please, so we just pack an entire document. I know we just, oh, it's right there. What to say? A little small heart attack. You pack a document? I packed documents with her back. I'll go back in there and get my phone out of there. Just tag this to the box so they can come pick it up for them. All right. We have these little talks while I work. I got things I'm doing in the background. That order's being picked up today for them. And the rest of them is going to drop over at the post office. Out of tea. Whew, man. questions than you. I'm not the one going to court. You are going to court. I'm not the one getting sued. You're the one getting sued. I'm the one doing lengthy jail time. You're the one doing lengthy jail time. You can't back up anything you just said in your YouTube videos, you will. And on top of that, your stuff's not copyrighted. My stuff is copyrighted. Did you know that the Crystal Edge paint has a patent on it? Oh yeah, it does. It has a patent. I paid for it. It has a patent. That's why I learned to do a patent by myself. I'm never ever doing that again as long as I live. There was just so much paperwork. It wasn't even funny. And I didn't get it done in one day. It was nothing. It was a process to do one of those things. Yeah, I had a patent on it. That you touched. That you walked into a Home Depot. See, Mr. We're going to mention his name in the video, which I don't like to do because I don't like to spoil my videos too much. We are going to paint the judge a picture that you're the type of person that has no regards for other people's property. You have multiple docs addresses. You have been taking our pictures and altered them and changed them, which you have no respect for other people. You have committed violations against the LLC of California. I think it's called State Attorney General, or whatever it is, whatever you did over there. You lied on that document. You have no respect for nothing here. And then on U.S. soil, you have no respect for whoever. You violated the Frankenstein. You've claimed it to be your product. I have a video of you actually stating that it's your product. We posted it. We even have receipts where we purchased this product from your website. You were selling and making money off the company's name. We have multiple accounts of you taking our copyrighted materials and using it any way you want. So we can paint an excellent picture of the judge that the reason why you need to go away forever is because you have no respect for anything or anybody at the end of the day. You do whatever you want to do. That's the picture that's being painted of you. And it's a very easy picture to paint. When I mean forever, we're not joking. Forever. So it's not going to be hard to convince a judge that you abuse your website, social media platforms, and everything else you could possibly think of. Manipulated, lied, robbed, steal from your own customers to get whatever you need to do or do whatever you have to do. Even when we set you to cease and desist order, you need to think about your family at all, period. Most people would have thought about their family, like, okay, this is getting a little too serious. I could possibly lose everything. I could possibly go to jail with it. It says right there in the documents. It tells you to back it down or this is what's going to happen to you. You didn't care about your own family. You just kept on going. So that's the picture the judge is going to see. And that means we're going to get our request of what we want. Well, Mr. Bird, what is it going to take to make you happy in this? We need at least, I want 50 years. But roughly we'll probably get with the copyrights and everything on. Well, he probably is going to end up with 50 years. Literally, the copyrights are brutal. They're very, very brutal. He could easily get 50, 60 years out of those alone by themselves. And you're talking about government documents he tampered with. That's a very, very serious crime. Good gracious, man. Whatever. I'm going to say something. I can't. I'm not going to comment on this because he's going to spend the rest of his life in the system. That's what's about to happen. And you get over there and say all he wants to do. It's going to happen, Fernando. Whether you like it or not, it's going to happen. You're going to spend the rest of your life in the system. When I say 80 years, I'm being nice. You touched 63 copyrights. Have a lawyer contact me. You have my address. You don't have my phone number, but you have my address. I can't give him his phone number. He's weird. He does weird stuff. Contact us with an attorney. Tell them what you did and see if they don't tell you that you're being sued and you're going to jail. Stop all that YouTube fake nonsense where you say it's not going to happen, because we have those videos recorded. We'll show the judge that, yeah, you're going to YouTube bragging and boasting that what's going to happen to him. He can do whatever he wants to do. So, get a lawyer, a real lawyer, 100% real attorney to contact us. I guarantee you no attorney is going to contact us. You know why? Because the attorney knows that you're going to go to jail. The attorney knows you're going to be sued. He knows right from the door. If a process server shows up at your door, which I don't know where you got that from, that there's not enough evidence, that's why they're there, because they have the evidence to show up. That's why. Like if a repo guy shows up at your front door to take your car, there's a reason why he's there. He's not there for the sake of just being there. He just doesn't like you. He's there because you owe outstanding payments on your vehicle and you haven't paid any of them. So his job is to take the vehicle. That's his job. That's why he's there. So post a little notice to your door, say, hey, we took your vehicle, you owe us money. If you want it back, you know, it's an impound, you got to pay this up. That's how it works. That's why the process server was there. It was enough evidence to prosecute you. More than enough. So, with that being said, have an attorney contact me. Is it going to help your situation? No, it's not going to help your situation anyway whatsoever. But it's going to give you a reality check, what you need desperately. Now, I'm going to go over and put this address in here. I'm dying to get an office for an address. We haven't had time to do any of this stuff because we've been busy. When I came here, I was testing I had to do. I've been here almost about a year. You have any idea how much technology we developed in this one spot? A lot of technology, and all that stuff had to be tested. Still had a chance to add the new updates to my website, and back and forth to City Hall, acquiring more licenses and more paperwork. Yeah, a lot of licenses and more paperwork. I don't mind the paperwork. I like doing it because I learned something new when I do paperwork. But man, it's a lot. It's a freaking lot. I'm glad I got that DBA done because man, it popped up. I needed a DBA. It's like one thing links to the next. And now it is official. You have to have, if you're selling on eBay, if you're selling anywhere, even if it's online, you have to have a license to sell within your state. You have to have it. You have to have that. All that. All right, let me see. Where we at? We need a contact page. Doing me a favor. I'm trying to get more clients down here to see my stuff. That's why I said, excuse me about that, people. I'm sorry bringing up air. That's why I said, hey, when we get the showroom, if he's still here, advertise that too for us. Let me see what we have for contacts. Everybody else got this office, putting business cards and everything. Putting mine in. And our setup here is pretty nice. Can you walk in here? No, you can't. No. FBI's right there. I told you. You see that walk-through I did? That's how all the buildings are connected up here. Yeah, if you're intentional to come out, you'll be locked up within a day. You're not getting out. That prison system on the other end, that's where you'll be at. You don't want to be in there, trust me. I walk by there, I hear all kinds of crazy. You do not want to be processed. That's where you'll be sitting at. That's where you'll be sitting at. They don't have a holding facility where they put you there. When the holding facility will be there, that's where you're going to be at. So you don't want to be doing anything stupid at the end of the day. There's cameras wired everywhere. And down here, we don't have that issue. We don't. You don't. There are so many cops down here, it's not even funny on how many police. I've never seen that many police. There's a lot of police officers down here. People have common sense. My showroom's going to be up here. So, you know, I'm known at the police station. I'm known at City Hall. I'm known at all these different branches and buildings down here. I'm known. I know a lot of people. And they know about you too also. I explained to them the problems we've been having. Down here, you can't just walk in. The security camera records you, documents you, and you walk in. You got to punch in my code key number in order for me to come down and see you. So if your intentions are to attack me, I'm an H3 black belt in Taekwondo. You would get messed up pretty badly. It's self-defense at the end of the day. I'm also licensed to carry, and I'm well trained at it too. My father was a Marine. You don't want to go down that road. If you want to come down and see the technology, I've got no problem with that. Come in and see it. I've had customers come down to our address and right down there in Haventown. They come right down. They call in first. Say, Mr. Bird, I'm at the come on in. I got them actually on recording. Real nice. Come in. Actually, they're on my Facebook page. Actually, 3 of them on my Facebook page. We've been good friends ever since. That's it. I think you got common sense. If you don't have, you got common sense, you're going to jail, and you may be going to the hospital. Now, as I said, when I was sitting on that house over in Haventown, how long was I there? I was there 4 years. Did I make a statement that anybody wants to come down and see me, come see me? And nobody drop over. At all, period. You wouldn't have made it out of the driveway. Everybody in that whole section knows me. Act like you have common sense. That's pretty much it. And I do carry non-lethals now. I don't carry my hollow points or my tech Teflons anymore because I don't believe in using them anymore. But my rubber bullets are modified. Just in case. But I've never had to use it, so thank God. On top of that, you'll be coming into an office building, which means you're going to file some very serious charges against you. And keep in mind, the place that you'll be going over there, and you run a high risk, and I hate to put this up here, but it does happen in these places, of getting sodomized. Or, even worse, they may kill you. That's the situation. You're going to go from freedom to there. It's not a joke in that place. I don't know why people go out and break, I don't know, they just don't get it. People go out and commit crimes, and I did it myself. But I've been in juvie a few times, but juvie is a different place than that. You don't understand what the impact that you're getting yourself into. You really don't know. Don't ever think in the back of your mind ever that you think that you won't get caught, you won't be found. You will be. You end up in a place like that, yeah, it's not going to go well. It's not going to go well. It's not the place you want to be at. Enjoy your freedom, enjoy your life. I like to get some common sense. That's what you do. Let me see. Thank God I've never had to use anything that I'm trained to do, and I'm glad I'm 100% happy about that. I don't walk around like I'm the biggest. I'm not. I'm an everyday person. I mind my own business. I stay within my bubble. I do my work, and that's basically about it. But I find it interesting that when you have to go through a government building and you can't carry, I don't carry firearms anyway. Most of the time I don't even carry them at all, period, because I don't need them. But when people are walking out of in those units, some people are trained. My sensei, Grandmaster, he had to go to court to testify to help somebody out. And he says, "Sir, you have any weapons on you?" He says, "No weapons at all." He is actually loading a weapon. But they don't know that. That's what's interesting about the whole detection unit and all that stuff like that. But anyway, long story short, yeah, I've never really had to use it. I got into martial arts because I got hurt pretty bad in an accident. I was walking on a cane. Every time I was going to this cane for permanent. They were pumping me with all this medication. The medication was making me sicker and sicker. It wasn't going anywhere. And that's why I talked to a friend of mine who got me into natural herbal medicines and stuff like that. And the therapy wasn't doing any good at all, period. So I was talking to a friend of mine, he studies, and I was like, well, if I get into that, can that help me get my legs and everything back to where they said, yeah. Training, exercise, meditation, it'll put you right back. And it did. And I liked it. I liked the whole thing. I lived in a very violent neighborhood, and I didn't use it for that particular purpose. I used it because it was a way of exercise, training, self-discipline. That's why I got into it, and it got my legs back to where I was at. So I never really looked at it that way, as a way of defending myself, because I'm used to carrying all the time. I don't really use it because I'm used to carrying a firearm. And thank God, like I said, I've never had to use my firearm. I've never had to use that ever. God is good. When you have protection from Jesus, you don't have to worry about it. I'm curious how Christian cops do it at the end of the day. Christian cops, how they deal with what they have to go through. I already thought about that, you know. I'll tell you one thing that scares me. I couldn't be a paramedic. I couldn't be a cop or anyway. It's not that it's what you can encounter out there from the door. And what you encounter from the door, like I said, you don't live in this world by yourself. You're not here by yourself. You live in a spiritual world. And I've had people tell me stories of paramedics about people they have picked up that weren't what they said they were. And you're in there with them. Yep. I had a doctor tell me something last time I was at the hospital for something. And a doctor told me that they had someone came in and had a different host. Yeah, it's not the kind of stuff you want to be running into. Like, you will bump into people like that. You got to be careful, pray before you put your hand or lay your hands on anybody, because you don't know what that person could be in disguise. Gotta be careful. Let's see. I'm gonna change on this one. Oh, no, we can do it right there. We can do a text from now. Alright, make it look fancy. Hey, you don't know what you're getting yourself into. You really don't. And that's why I asked her, I said, you ever get somebody in here? Like, what's the strangest thing you ever seen when you're in here? And she said that person came in, and that person had a host. Explain to them that it didn't want them to touch the body. And that was enough for me to quit. I'm going. I'm out. Bye-bye. Or if you're a Christian, pray hard. Pray very, very hard. Pray very, very hard. They kept discussing about not touching that body. And they wouldn't touch it. Nobody would go near it. Somebody came in and realized what it was. And they got it out. They let it go. Gotta be careful what you pick up. What was the one we had in here? We had the K. That's all right there. Gotta be careful what you pick up. You never know what is there in that body. Say, well, you know, I saw my uncle. That's not your uncle. I saw my mother. That's not your mother. I saw my cousins. I saw my kids. That's not them. That's something else. That's something you don't want to go. Don't follow it. Don't chase it. Don't have a conversation with it. Don't do that. Pray. Pray, 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 pray. That something took the form of something. Because it's not, your spirit goes back to God. You don't never return to the earth ever again. You can't. That means that if you return to the earth, you would have immortality, or you'd be to come back. You can't come back. Once you're taken, you're taken. So I've had people say, yeah, I saw somebody look just like my uncle walking down the street. Don't go near that. Don't go near that. Don't go near. If you ever see anything like that, don't go near it, because it's not your uncle. It's something else. It speaks in the Bible how the devil can take the form of an angel to even fool the very elect. Don't go near it. If he's gone, he's gone. That's it. If she's gone, she's gone. You see something walking around looking like something, there's time to pray. Bring some preachers in there. If you can't do it, you definitely won't be able to do it. Bring somebody in from the church and cast it out. Don't play around with stuff like that. That's why I don't watch that whole ghost hunter thing. Oh, heck no. That's not ghost. There's no such thing as ghost. But there is. No, there isn't. There's no such thing as ghost. So there's nothing coming down to warn you. There's no ghost. So the two things on this planet, angels don't do that kind of stuff. You got something else in your house. You don't want in there. You got to pray and get it out of there. Or get somebody to get it out of there. You got something else in there. People be naming them. And saying, oh, that's Kathy over there. That's what she, oh my goodness, what is wrong with you? Jeez, there was a Wonder Woman that had one. She named it. It was in her house. She named it. Man, I ain't watching that, man. I turned that TV right off. I was like, nope, not entertaining this crap at the end of the day. Ghost hunters, yeah. Telling you hearing something, whispering, whatever. It sounds like it could be a ghost. All right, keep playing around with that. Don't play around with it. When I'm sure they true form, you'll be running out of there for your life. Good luck on that one. Where are you going to go? You're going to need God to get rid of that thing. Let me see. Not what it is. I worked in the graveyard. But I was like, how many? Graveyard isn't. I can't even give a good note on that one. That was a bad experience, man. That was a really, really bad experience. It was a job I should have never took to be. My mother told me not to take that job. The money was good. Because who else is going to dig graves? Oh my goodness, man. Oh my goodness. Definitely will realize you are not here alone. You work at a graveyard. People work in a morgue. They see all that stuff at the end of the day. Yeah, graveyard. Yeah, probably people not leaving the markers down. Let's see. Oh, backwards. Let me get this package downstairs in the mail room. Let's take care of. Yeah, that is no joke. That is freaking no joke at all. Nope. I worked in the graveyard for about, I say 6 months. That's all it took. far as dug one, that's it. That's as far as it goes. They cover those up. But you'll never see one dug in the morning. It's disrespect. It'll be done at night. Has to be done at night. Unfortunately, it's always at 12. For a strange reason. Which is the time that you don't want to be out there. At that particular time when I was doing it, I did follow God, but I wasn't following. Now today I can go do it, but I would still, no, not from what I've seen. No, okay. Let me get this package out of the mail. Get this down here. This got taken care of. This will be in the mail room for them to pick up. That's crazy. I was in there with the vets. I was just young when I started off. I was in there with the vets. I was in my 20s. I got out roughly in my mid-20s when I got out. And there were the veterans. And man, the veterans will jack you up. They'll tell you all kinds of messed up stories, things they saw. Like the wedding dress. So when I actually saw a wedding dress moving, nobody, just a dress in the background moving around. It was days or something. Oh my goodness. And I was like, you still work here? I said, yeah. Or you know, when you got kids and stuff to take care of, you do what you gotta do. Gee, it's a week. Yep. Or some of you, if you remember your parents, they had them, some of y'all come from down south. The ghost stories they tell from down south, oh my goodness. Especially when the older ones come in and they get to talking about things that happened when they were young. Oh, you'd be afraid to go home. Terrified to go home. A woman was talking about how she was coming from Mississippi and she saw a pair of pants running past her car. Nobody was pants running past her car. Yeah. And it did it for me. You're not here by yourself. That's why you gotta pray. You walk out the door, pray when you send your kids out, pray over them, pray on everything. Pray on everything, everything. Let me get everything out there for the mailroom. I want this to be there when it comes out, because I am not sitting in the mailroom all day waiting for this package to show up, this couple to show up. Put it there for them. Alright, I'll be back up. I want to put my address in all my sites, get that ready. We got an office. Oh shoot. Is this supposed to be with this? We got an office. I gotta utilize my office as best as I can, right? So I'm on my business cards now. Yay! Be back. Look at you, Taco Bear. 20th. I'm dying to get this game. It's called something Nitro Express. I want to make a gamer paint for it. I do. Alright, it's the 16th. Dagnabbit, it's taking forever to get here. Alright, so they got a game called Nitro Express coming out. I'm a big arcade fan of games. I'm building me a customized Pac-Man machine, but customized Pac-Man screen. But I want a game built around this game, so I'm gonna make me another screen paint. It's gonna be part of this collection, but it's gonna be gamer. So we'll just have it as a free option. If you're into the gamer, you get the gamer. But I'm making one because I need one for this. I need more colors, more sadness. I need something crazy. So I'm gonna get to work on that one because I need it before the 20th because that's when the new game comes out. I'll be doing 3. Isn't that exciting? So excited! Oh shoot! Which one is that? So I'm gonna put our address in on all our sites and everything. It's like you feel like you're in an office. What's your office in? I got it in my business cards now. I'm talking about business cards, the tapping, all this comes up for appointments and meetings and stuff like that. So we'll put down what we're gonna have for appointment dates to come in. All your appointments come in and see the technology. Come meet with me and see the technology. See what we got. We're working on over here. If you're in the Allentown area, stop on by. Now, when I get the showroom, oh, I can't wait for that. That thing's going to be insane. You get a chance to walk and see the floor technology we do, ceiling applications, outside applications, a whole 9 yards. You're like, come on by. Might even give out for this first day free popcorn machines. I mean, good. I mean, people, I don't know why. I guess he advertised it as in we're supposed to be afraid. I don't think I would be in an office if my stuff didn't work. That'd be. I want me going back and forth to City Hall and getting licenses. No. Moving on. Let me get this guy taken care of. Take this with me. Rawr. Trying to get a show. dare you? you. All right, let's get this one set up. All right. Nope, get that in there. Come on, bird. There's something I want to do right now in a few minutes. Gotta go pick me up a new t-shirt. And I gotta go down and take a look at something real quick. Let's see. Oh, I got a couple people got to call too for something I got to set up. Make sure we get this right. Is microphone's on my side with this one? No, it's not. Because that's what I had to put down for my license. I had to put down my office and everything down, and everything else had to be transferred over. Because I'm going to frame my license on my wall. So next stage, I'm applying for a wholesale tax ID license, which allowed me to be able to get all my stuff wholesale. Let's see. Office is at. I got a map system. I got a map system on here, right? There's a map system out here. I want to get one for the showcase. So when the showcase of the map comes up, brings up our whatchamacallit, our showcase from Google Map. This program you can do all that stuff for your office, your business side. If you're on the Google side of it all, you log in there, you basically open up your account and blah 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 blah. Some cool stuff you can do for your office. Let me see. Let me see. Can we put that in there? Can we put location there? I want to do location. Let's see for a minute. Let's see something different. I want to do location. Can we do location like a map? That would be much better. Let me see. Listing, interactive, videos, contact forms. We should have maps in here somewhere. Oh, maps! Yay! Oh, so you can figure out which one you want. You got one in black? I would love to have one in black. Let's see, this is the maps right here. Oh, look at this one. These maps are hot. Oh, they got the black and white. I like the black and white one. I gotta pick out which one I want to use. Let me see. I like the black and white. They got any other cool ones on here? Alright, we got the regular map. It's a classic. Classic map. Yeah, it was killing me. It said, oh, your address is on. I was like, and? What's that supposed to do? That address is on everything. I got it on my Facebook pages. I got it on forum sites. The only thing I haven't added to is a website yet. What's your point? You're advertising for me. You work for me. You know, you go up there. Look, the bottom line is, you type in my name. It digs up all the video information. All the stuff that we do. You type up you guys, nothing comes up. Just us talking about how your stuff doesn't work, showing proof your stuff doesn't work. So again, you know, you bring us business. When you tell me how much your products are, people are going to look us up. They're going to see we have more demonstrations than you, more experience than you at the end of the day. So they're going to do business with us. You're advertising for me. I don't think you have to pay for that now. Well, I am paying for advertisement, but on their half, man, you're going to be advertising on that level. I really have to pay for any online advertisement because you work for me now. Doesn't hurt me at the end of that. I guess that's what's the. But I fear that you, on the other hand, if you had a business, you don't want people knowing where you're at right now, because you can't liquidate your what they call, can't dissolve his LLC because you lied on the document, so you can't do that. And your company's involved in several criminal acts, like one of them using your address to dox addresses, which you are not supposed to do. Also using your address base to commit copyrights. Because keep in mind, for Mr. Fernando, when we filed for the CCB, we mentioned your company because that's where you were doing the fraud at, on your company's website. Which you think for some reason, because you got rid of, you're not gonna be tied to it. You are tied to it. Can't get around that one, buddy. It is what it is. Now, which one you want to go? I don't know which one you want to do. We got all these different maps. We got so many. We got so many. I want to go with tradition because, man, look at this one right here. Add to drop and drag and drop. We get the classic. Let me do something classic because then, you know what I mean? You look at it, it's like, good gracious, what is going on this? It's got this color and all this into it. Let's keep it classic. Highway. Classic. Oh, ho, 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 ho. I love it. Satellite, satellite. So we got animation to this thing? We can add animation to it. Watch this right here. This is pretty cool. They just added this on here. Is it on here? When allows you to move stuff around? Oh, I gotta figure out where we do that at. This is one you can scroll. You can use the mouse to move stuff around with it. I gotta find it. Alright, but I do like this shutter blend. We're gonna use this one right here. Alright, we'll go with that one right there. I'm gonna put my map in large. Kabam! Alright, let me see. Manage location. Location. Address. I'm gonna have my office. First, I'm gonna have this office. I got one showroom. Gonna give me another showroom after that. I'm gonna make me a couple of showrooms. I want to do an outdoor showroom for outdoor projection screens, and I want to do another showroom for gaming, all strictly just hardcore gaming. So, this is bringing the gaming community tighter together. You know what I mean? You can bring in all your rigs, games, and stuff like that. I do want to have like an after-school like program kind of set up in there. You know what I mean? Got good grades, you can get in, and that means basically you can do competition with gaming. We have lab parties, and remember the lab parties back in the day? I'm gonna bring all that stuff back. Before everybody was going online, everybody got together and they basically, you know, they had these big lab parties. I remember back in the day having those. Let's see, address. Let's see, 40th South. The big S for the South. South 5th Street. I should never, ever have to explain the consequences to people at the end of the day. It's sad. When you got to get to that point, you have to explain these are grown people with kids. Kids! Hi, good luck explaining that to Johnny at the end of the day when you're sitting in court. You know what I mean? They're really ticked off over that. You know? Telling me to act right and get good grades and behave and treat other people with respect. And you're out here doing this mess. Your kids are going to have no respect for you at all. They're not going to have any respect for you. Okay, if you're telling me at the end of the day, what are we doing? Who's the title on this? Title for what? Let me see. This office. Looks like lost their mind. Let me see. Tell your kids to behave, and you go out and do stuff like that. And your kids now are going to start questioning you because that's what they do. They have no respect for you. They have no. They don't listen to you. Nope. It's a really messed up situation when you're locked down and your kids are out there getting in trouble. What advice can you give them to keep them out of trouble? The only thing you can say is, hey, look, you know, you keep going down that road, you're going to end up where I'm at right now. Other than that, they're not going to care to listen to you at all, period. You went out and did that nonsense, and you had a family to take care of. It's going to feel, to them, it's going to feel like you let them down. Because you're supposed to be out here with me, and you're in there now. So, it comes with serious repercussions to do dumb stuff online. You will lose respect of your family, you'll lose respect of your peers. It has a really nasty ripple effect attached to it. So you would think somebody would have some common sense. But some people don't have common sense. Let's see. And then people say, well, can you? Yeah, I did it. I had no common sense. I admit that 100%. I've never sat there and said that, oh, what I did was right. And what I did was right. No, I don't stand by none of that whatsoever. What I did, everything I did was wrong. I deserved everything I got. Everything I got. So, nope. I should have been there for my brothers when they needed me, when they were out in the street carrying on and getting in trouble. I couldn't go there and say, hey, stay out of trouble, man. Yeah, look where you're at. And they're out there drinking and carrying on. And then hopefully, I'm happy they didn't end up on the same road that I ended up at. I'm happy about that. Hanging around with the wrong people, almost. Almost. Let me see. My links in it to my website. Oh yeah. All right, let me see. Description. We sell the latest. I can't say sell. Don't be sell there. Let's see. We design, we do sell. We design and sell the latest in high-performance professional black screen paints. You know, pops up, me. I told you, we run. Anything I put in there, it brings us up first. We're everywhere, like literally everywhere. It's all us. It's all us, every day. It's all us. Every day it's us. We got 12,000 in. And climbing, which with the new technology, I'm trying to get to 20,000. We're not just here on YouTube. When you see those videos pop up, the pre-records, they go everywhere. That's why we pre-record them, because we drop them on eBay. Sorry, eBay. We can shop them on different sites like Instagram, Facebook. I'm on multiple forum sites that I drop them at. As a matter of fact, I gotta go hit what you're calling. There is one. We're gonna put some videos in there. Vivistorm. We put videos on Vivistorm, and Vivistorm doesn't ban us. But usually they do if you put something else and it's not their stuff, but they don't. As a matter of fact, we had somebody represent them contact us from them. I just ignored it, but yeah, they contact us from time to time. We can upgrade all their stuff easily. Let me see. Let's see. Nah, I got a better idea. The leaders in future. Anybody willing to challenge me on that one? By saying we're not the leader in technology. Anyone? You willing to challenge me on that one? Because I know I got naysayers in here. They get mad when I say certain things. How dare he call himself the leader in black technology? How dare he say that? Oh, okay, how about this? Want to go to court over it? We can go to court. Come on. Let me know. Don't send me any fake numbers or that. Don't be mad about it. We'll go to court. Courthouse right up the street. So you're not going to basically back it up, then I don't know, pack it up, go somewhere. I don't care. Yeah, we can take it right up there, right to the courthouse. I'll schedule everything, get everything locked in. You come down here, and we'll walk it up there, and I'll show you my technology works 100% on every freaking level. Then you're going to owe me $1 million when we get done. And you will pay me, by the way, because I will get a debt collector to get my stuff. And they will come get my stuff, trust me. I'll give them half of it just to make sure I get what I have to get. So don't do that. Because people get there and they get sued and they go, Oh, well, he'll never get anything from me. Oh, yeah, they will. They'll get a debt collector on you. That's like the same people come and take your vehicle, or if you don't pay on your furniture, they take your furniture. Those type of people. And they come with the sheriff's department, by the way. They got a court order to come get your stuff. They'll freeze your banking accounts, credit cards, all that stuff. All that stuff is frozen. You don't have access to jack. When they're done getting what they need to get out of you, then they'll release whatever's left over. Yeah. You get your paycheck, you'll see the name of the debt collector right there in the corner saying you owe us this amount of money and this is what we're taking out of your check. We can garnish your check and we can garnish your income tax. So like I said, not worth doing dumb stuff. And people get offended over that when I say that, but you want to do dumb stuff and think there's no consequences around it. And people just do dumb stuff. We read today, somebody had a marathon, and somebody thought they would drive through a marathon with a truck. What do you think's going to happen in that ordeal? And then we're in the digital age. You got over 100 people, recorded with just, oh yeah, you're done. You're in the digital era. Everybody records everything that you do. Everything. And a bunch of people recorded this guy driving a truck through a marathon. Good luck on that one. Man, we got recordings in every angle of this truck. No one got killed, thank God. No one never got killed. That's fantastic. No one got killed. But just to think of it, why would you do that? I was checking out that projector. I got it for $16. Oh man, good price. Good price, man. Good price. And then Epson too. I'm gonna have some fun with this machine. We got it from a Goodwill, by the way. We got it from a Goodwill in California. So it's coming from there. So it goes to help somebody else. Now, if the projector doesn't work, they said it fully worked, but if it doesn't, we're gonna get our money. No, it's Goodwill. I'm not doing that. Keep the money. Don't do good for charity as it is, right? So why in the world we do that? I had a projector I paid $300 for. I guess it didn't check it correctly. When it got over here, it was giving us this really fuzzy image or something's going on with it. And I could have gone back and I could have asked for the $300 back, but that $300 back goes to feed people, help people at the end of the day. Now we just kept the projector. I gave it to a friend of mine. He does repairs and stuff. I let him have it. All right, let's get this over here where it needs to be at. We're doing too much talking, right? Way too much talking, Mr. Bird. The leader and future, not in future. I'm gonna make me a gamer paint. I am excited about this gamer paint. I think I'm only gonna make it in 32 ounces only, just in 32 ounces only. I'm making me one. All right, the leaders and future, leader and future. Projector screen. Projector. Entertainment and black projection screen technology. And black projection screen technology. Who pops up? Rado! We got it so that anytime you say any keywords, we come up first on Google every single time. Certain keywords. So now we're rechanging the keywords so we pick up even faster, even quicker. Because right now I've been submitting my domain name over and over again to all these different domain sites, even overseas. That's what pays. Get a little bit of that computer skills in there. Get some of that programming in there. We can go into those advanced settings. These are advanced settings pop up and like, oh shoot, what goes on there? The freak is all this about? Man, you understand the advanced settings? Man, you can do so much stuff. It's not even funny with your stuff. We can do it either way. I can show you basically. Matter of fact, I'm helping somebody right now. I'm helping somebody set up a business package. How to do it? I set up a basic business package. It's not really hard to do. I mean, you get your website. You got it from Wix. I mean, at least at the end of the day, you don't have to go to go Dreamweaver or basically have somebody program and build it from the ground up, which costs a lot of money. Just go there and do it yourself. Advertisement, Facebook, YouTube, fantastic for that. Set up a Google account. Definitely want to set them up. Google has a fantastic application in here for basically advertising your business pictures, videos, all that stuff. What else? Get yourself a PayPal business account. PayPal comes with business debit cards, all kinds of perks. You don't definitely want to go through residential with that whatsoever. Batch number all your stuff. So you'll be doing that from the door, so that way you can protect yourself at the end of the day. Get yourself an LLC. Insurance for your company is not expensive. People think it's very expensive. No, some is like $42 a day. Some's like 80 something a day. You know, they got some really nice ones out there. They got some that are cheaper than that. But anyway, yeah. Pretty much, it's very easy to do. Get your business cards. They get all my business cards and everything from Vistaprint because they got my business cards, all different kinds of merch that I need. You know what I mean? T-shirts and cup holders and all whatever you need. Right from there, customized ink pens, you know, stuff you would need to basically advertise yourself more better. And now, only thing you have to figure out is exactly what you want to sell. So I got two companies that I hooked this guy up that I did business with back in the day. Of course, he's got to go down and apply for a wholesale license or a sales permit license, get one of them. Definitely want to get his license already. They're $35 depending on what state you're in because he has a license to sell wherever he lives at in the day, including on his website. You can sell within your own state. And then once you obtain the two catalogs, so I have the two major catalogs, a lot of cool stuff in it, you got to do the research. You got to find out what sells and what doesn't sell, what's hot and what doesn't hot. So you're going to have to do a little research here and there. That's where you find out. You do your own marketing of your own product. You do your own research. It's best to know your product as best as you possibly can. And I can't express this enough. Don't make stuff up because that'll get you in a lot of trouble. Under pressure. All right. That's pretty much really easy to do. You just have to figure out what you want to sell, what you're going to name your company, because wherever you name your company is going to show up on everything. All right, let me see. It's the pottery that closed. Add a link. All right. Link. A web address. That's my web address. No, okay. We'll break it down for you. Let me break it down for you. Break it down for you. Break it down for you. Break it down. Break it down for you. Break it down for you. Yeah, where'd you go? 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 Where you at? Right there, right there. Right there. So just on you a few minutes ago. Oh, I hate when you got so many windows open up that you will literally lose stuff as you have windows opened up. Just had it here a few minutes ago. Now, if they're at the projector pretty much, we got to boost it. I mean, the technology, we got to boost it to the roof, so we'll have no problem making it look fantastic. So, from what I see in the demonstration, for somebody showing it off on a white wall, it looked pretty nice. But you can see with the colors and contrast and everything were faded, so not hard to go in and fix that at the end of the day. And we'll show you people, again, as we always do, that when we project this on a white surface, the NEC projector, or it's an Epson projector, will be completely useless. When we put on the gray screen, it will be useless. When we put on our technology, it'll be glorious. They sat there and said, I talked a lot of nonsense. That's what they said. They said they did. They say he talks a lot of nonsense on his channel. He talks about this, that, and the other. That's what he does. I back everything up. Like when I came to somebody's site and bought $1,900 worth of their product, and they gave me back all my money. We back it up. Never sit there and challenge me. Don't do that. We sat there and said that. For the first time in your life, be a man? What the freak were you thinking? You don't challenge me at the end of the day. I'm the last person you put a challenge out on. Do you have any idea what you were getting yourself into? Oh, you know how much money you had to pay back to PayPal? $1,900 in orders? You had to pay PayPal back quite a bit. If you ain't got that in your account, that'd make your account go delinquent. So yeah, that was freaking That was freaking crazy that he sat there and sent me that. I looked at that, I was like, he lost his freaking mind. Came my debit card. Man, I ordered bam, 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 bam. You don't do that. And then when we started ordering, and he's crying on the receipts on my harassment, this, that, and the other. You wrote the check. You sent me a letter telling me, email, I can buy whatever I wanted, right? And then had the nerve to insult me in the middle of this email by saying that for the first time in your life, be a man. Did you not say that? What happened? I bought from you, right? What'd you do? Put the money back in my account. And when we kept ordering on you, I mean, we ordered so much stuff from him that I started making a game out. Like, I bet you I'll finish painting the screen before the money comes back. Yeah, the video's hilarious. But anyway, so yeah, we ordered from him. He gave us back all our money. You the one invited us to go buy. What do you think I was going to do? What in the world? I don't know what goes through his brain process. Like, I don't know what he thought we were going to do. Like, maybe we're going to see and go, oh my goodness, I can't put my address up there. Heck yeah, put my address up there 1,900 times. Sorry, 1,900 times is way too much. They go up to 1,900, about 10, 20 times. About 20 times we had our address up there. Same thing with the other one. We send our address to him too, on top of that. But y'all afraid to give his addresses up. I know he's afraid to give the address up. Not second. That's why we order, he cancels because we'll have his address. But don't worry, I got other people that'll get it. They'll order your product. That's why he's been canceling our state. He's missing 10 states in his shopping cart. 10 of them. 10 states are missing, including Texas, and I got people in Texas. And Maryland's missing, which we know why, because that one's missing. But anyway, yeah, he's got a lot missing in there. Like, what a freak of the rest of your states. I had to get rid of them. I had to, I had no choice. They were going to buy the product and give it to you. Yeah, they were going to buy and give it to me. That's right. Give it right to me so we can test your product. Because at the end of the day, you're not going to be coaching me, telling me that, oh, it's not ambient light rejection, or you can't do this, you got to have it in the dark because the screen comes up gray. You're not handing me that nonsense in there. You better not. Don't ever send us anything like that. You talk a lot of trash about our products. Do not send me some freaking hold my hand specification sheet like the other one did, telling us that it's not ambient light rejection. Well, what are you telling me that for? Didn't you challenge the ambient light rejection technology? All right, then you're going to go against the ambient light rejection technology, and your stuff's going to get crushed. Then after he did that nonsense, we threw it in the trash, and he gets up on YouTube. This is why he had so many of the Frankenstein, the receipts on him. He throws it in the trash. We threw it in the trash and got our money back. Of course, we won. And then he goes in and says, never learned. He never learns nothing. He's glutton for punishment. He tries and says, oh, the reason why he never opened it and used it, because he's afraid because the stuff is actually amazing. So, you know, we did. We ordered it again. We put the money right back in our account. Man, come on, man. You should know better by now. You challenge me on stuff at the end of the day, you'll get embarrassed. Hey, why not order it again? That's why we have 4 of them. We have 4 receipts from them. That's why we got the 4 on different dates. Because he made some dumb statement on camera saying that, oh, the reason why he threw it because he's really afraid to test it. That's why he never opened it up. All right, we'll buy another one from you. And you gave me back my money again, didn't you? Oh, be careful what you say. Bam, 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 bam. Now, the difference between me and you is the fact that I have your address. The outstanding stuff, the dumb stuff you guys have done, you know what that comes with, right? Eviction notices, criminal charges, which we got to contact them back again and send more stuff over. That's what that comes with. Because you do dumb stuff. I don't do that dumb stuff because I know what that dumb stuff can get you in trouble if you do that kind of dumb stuff. But you've done that dumb stuff. That's why you guys only have your addresses, which is too late for that now because we already have the addresses. That's why. Because you're guilty of doing crimes. My address, yeah. You guys been talking about the lawyer to sue me for how long? Where's this lawyer at? Show me the evidence. Show me evidence. I got your evidence splattered all over the internet. Show me your evidence you got against me. Show me something. I don't want to put ultimatums on this man. If I put ultimatums on this, that means we're going to have to dig something else we got up on you. I got boxes. I got all kinds of information on these individuals. that I can basically take it into court easily. Yeah, because you did a lot of dumb stuff. A lot of dumb stuff. Especially fraud with those businesses. They did a lot of fraud with businesses. A lot of. Alright. That's already there. I'm going to test this baby out. Hope it works. Alright, so we got to be on the other side. Break it down again. Oh, we're going to make a gamer. A gamer. A gamer. No matter of fact, let's make the whatchamacallit. Let's make the rage. We got the whatchamacallit. We got it right there. Let's make that instead. It'll still have the same formula base to it, but the new formula base is way better. It'll be that. We're gonna make that. We're making this the gamer paint because I need it. I need it for my new game coming out. I got a game coming out on the 20th. I do plan to have this game. It's gonna be beautiful. I'm gonna use my Epson projector. My Epson projector doesn't even have an HDMI port. Did you know that? There's no HDMI port on this. It's VGA. It's an old projector. Those are the ones we like. Kaboom. Kaboom. What's their contact us? It's funny because I've been hanging around my people talking about kaboom. Kaboom. Screw it out. Bam. See that popped up? How we just. I love that. I love it. Let me see. Yes, it works. Yeah. You know what that means? I'm going down to City Hall. I got a whole bunch of documents I'm going to fill out. I got now my maps all brought up now. I can have them go to my maps now from there. And okay, because I told you I got this big thing coming up right now. They're going to give us sponsorship and all this cool stuff we need for our company. Man, we got our maps already set up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right here. That's not right. Let me see for a minute. See for a minute. This would not be incorrect. There is no way in the world we're there. Different state. I'm way over here. This is me over here. Let's see. I have to go in here and do some updating. Definitely have to do in here. This is definitely Allentown's. I'm gonna check this for a minute. Location. Oh, that's where we had the problem right there. Okay. All right. Gotta take this out. This is what saying it's going to be wrong. Hey, wait a minute, we're not even anywhere near that. We need let's see. Allentown. It's funny because it's got the name Allentown. Yeah, Allentown. You don't know anything about my name, do you? I have 5. My name is interesting. So is my name Kenneth Bird? Actually, it is. But I actually have 3 other names in there. I have an interesting name. Oh, you thought you knew, did you? You don't know Jack. Yeah, I actually have an interesting name. So I have 4 first names and 1 last name. Oh, you thought you knew. I'm already messing around with the name. Keep my customers is not towards you. You know, I tease the neighbors as much as possible. I like having fun with them because they get their feathers get so ruffled, man. They get extra ruffled. Like when I see them, I think of them as giant chickens, just rough feathers, all looking crazy. Like they just went through a freaking wind tunnel. Like, calm down, calm down, calm down. Around and say, I pick things up and put them down. What do you do for a living? I pick things up and put them down. Calm down. Let's see. Strings. All right. Got this right? I got to keep my keyboard. Pick things up and put them down. Let me show you my stretching area. Put them outside. Pick things up and put them down. Now we should be good. I mean, put that whole thing in there. Detail location. Oakley dokley. Oakley dokley. Oakley dokley. You know just Oakley dokley, right? And Flanders is Oakley dokley. You know anything about it? Naysayers are in there thinking of all kinds of dumb stuff. God already knows what you're going to do for you to do it. And then you can do. That's all. But you know, it's interesting. I have to say this. This is why I'm careful. When I say, yeah, I'm trained, I carry, but I don't go out and do all that dumb nonsense. You idiots do it in the day. So, what I got written, anything I do, any sin I can commit, and I'm sorry, I apologize to my Lord, and I'm sincere about it. I don't definitely want to do anything against him because he sacrificed himself on the cross for me. That's why. I owe him more than you could possibly think of. I owe him. But anyway, so my intention is to walk the straight and narrow path because I know the devil had me the first time. He will not have me the second time. And I know if I follow your path, then I'll get to know the devil again. And I don't want to get to know the devil again because I know what his actions are. And I know he took a lot of time out of me because I followed him. You guys, on the other hand, haven't learned that lesson yet. But you will learn that lesson very soon. You will definitely learn that lesson very soon. But this building that's I remember right now, my Lord blessed me to find this building. Actually, blessed me to find another place. And every place that you have gone out and attacked, you have now suffered consequences. Like Mr. Williams, he's going to be evicted from his unit if he hasn't been already. He's also facing jail time. He's also facing lawsuits. And there's no way for him to get out of this. There's fingerprints on letters. We have constant messages. We're coming here. We have witnesses. He's done. He's finished. Messing around with God's blessings. When you guys were contacting the garage, we have now a track record showing that he was following us. That's what we sent to them. He was following us from the garage over to here. When I was over at the apartment, we got track records showing you following us to the apartment. Hey, we got even I even have Crow in a video talking about where the apartment is at and telling people to come down and visit. I could get you 20 years in jail for that. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking about coming to California and prosecute you over there for that one because California gets more jail time for that. They're heavy on doxing. So we may be over there to handle that one. You forgot about that, haven't you? When I was over on Julian Street, we got you on a recording stating that this is where my company was being run. Even contacting the owners and telling them that my LLC was linked to the building. We got all that information. That's why I said, never going to see the light of day again. And I guess he thought at the end of the day they were just going to basically send him back and there was no consequences. Oh, no, Nelly, not going to happen. You're going to stand here for trial. You ain't getting out of jail free card on the end of the day. But that one, no way. You're going to stand trial, buddy. Got to stand trial. Shit, everybody else is going to stand trial for everything that they do. What makes you so special? All right, let me see. Now we'll test it again. We'll test it again. So they never learn. They never learn at all. But they think that everything that they think and do is written in the book of life. If you die off this earth today, say you got an evil thought to me about something you want to do bad to me. It's already written in the book of life that you sin that fast. I say your body's cursed. So you sin that fast. And what you thought is punishable by death in God's law. So if you're not baptized, first things first, you're baptized, you wouldn't be thinking of that stuff to begin with. That wouldn't even cross your mind at all, period. Because you'd be serving the devil. That's not something you want to serve. You want to serve God. That's your goal, is to serve God. So that's not going to be there. But since you are serving the devil, that one thought that pops up in your head, my Lord automatically knows that you're going to try to attack his saint at the end of the day. And guess what the Lord's going to do? He's going to protect me. But at the same time, you have condemned yourself because you have now processed a sin that's now written in the book of life. And in the book of life, that book, if you're not saved and say you were happen to die tomorrow, the Lord takes you and you die tomorrow, God forbid, that means you have no way to get saved. That means everything that's written in that book, you will pay for in the next life, which means you will burn in the lake of fire forever. That's how the dangerous ground that people are not saved walk on right now. Everything you do that violates God's law is written into the book of life, and you will answer for it on Judgment Day. Unless you're baptized. So your sins are washed away. You are forgiven. You're giving what Jesus died on the cross so you can be forgiven, so you have the ability to go to heaven. You miss out on that. So you'll be prosecuted for everything. So the very demon that tells you to do those things, he knows these rules already. And he knows that if he can get you off this earth, or if your time runs out on this earth, he got you 100%. You're going to basically suffer with him. There you go. So anything you think of, anything evil that pops up in your head, you're written in the book of life. Look it up. Some people don't want to look at those things. They don't want to face. Some people are scared to read Revelations. I had a friend of mine read Revelation. He was scared to death. He said that's what's going to happen. You read Revelations in the Bible? Oh, it's like nothing you've seen in your entire life. People are scared to death to read that. I'm not. I'm not going to be here. I feel sorry for people that are going to be here. That's why I talk about it, because I don't want anybody to end up in Revelations at all, period. Do I wish Jamie and all those guys who attacked me and said nasty things about my mother and family and friends, do I wish them to burn in hell for the rest of their life? No, I don't want them to burn in hell for the rest of their life. Unfortunately, they don't see the error of their ways. They will. They don't get their act together. They will. They're not promised to be on the earth forever. I don't know where people get this from. They think they're going to be here. You got plenty of time. You don't have that kind of time you think you have. Any given day, when you walk out that door, or when you wake up, or whatever goes on in your world, that doesn't have to happen. You don't have to wake up that day. You don't have to come home from work. Anything could happen. That's why you need God's protection. And the whole entire time when all that's going on, you got someone hunting you. You got Satan hunting you. Satan's going to try to kill you, whatever way it can do it. However way it can figure out, get a car to jump the road and hit you, something, somehow, get you off this planet. Kind of like when you look at The Sims and they got those little diamonds over top of it, you got an hourglass up there. Some people have more time, some people have less. The only thing about it, you just can't see the hourglass. You just don't know when your time's going to come up. But it's going to come up. No one stays there forever. It's impossible. The important thing is that the sins that you're committing on this earth, will you answer for them? Will you not answer for them? The book of life. All your sins are written in the book of life. It's a book. All your sins are written in this book. Your body's cursed. So whatever you think of, if you lust after a woman, if you do it, it's written in the book. Now most people that go out and commit a sin, carry or act, they'll get in trouble. And they'll feel there's no consequences to it. They don't ask forgiveness of God or nothing whatsoever, because they're not subconscious about the sins they have committed. But when you become saved, you become subconscious of your sin, of what you did. You realize that someone came here, hung on the cross, been tortured, beaten, spit on, and everything else you can possibly name, and that person did all that for you. And you want to do, when you're a real Christian, you want to do whatever you want to do to serve the Lord with all your heart. And one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to sin. Now, the Lord knows you're going to sin because your body's cursed, but you don't want to sin. And that's when you find out how cursed you are, how badly you're cursed, because you don't want to sin, but the problem is you will sin. And you'll sit there and you'll ask the Lord for forgiveness, and you'll have sorrow in your heart, and it'll be the most painful experience of your life. And you will repeat that process over and over again. You will feel that pain over and over again. You will suffer that pain over and over again, because you can't pay back the debt. Not in this, you can't. And that's why you try your hardest not to sin against God and do right by Him, because you want to be as close to Jesus as you possibly can. And the devil knows that. The devil doesn't want you to be close to Jesus. He wants you to be as far away from Jesus as you possibly can, so he can get his hands on you. Now, for a person who does not feel sorry for what they do because you're of this world, you're not saved. You're numb to your own sins, but your very sins is what's condemning you. Because whatever you do on this planet, whatever you think of, it can be from the smallest thing to the greatest thing, is written in that book, and you will pay for that. In the end of days, you will pay. So when you naysayers are out there carrying on and acting up, everything you did has been documented in that book. 2 ways you pay for things on this world. I told you, man's law, which is here, and the other one, which is the next life. The difference between man's law is while you're here, you have the chance to be forgiven. You have a chance at a second chance at an eternal life. But if you go to the other side, everything is canceled. You will suffer in the lake of fire for eternity. There you go. So you keep in mind that by God's grace, and if you think, oh, well, God doesn't have any grace, you woke up, didn't you? You woke up, right? You didn't die in your sleep or anything, right? You did wake up, right? You made it back in from your job or whatever you're doing, right? Made it in one piece, enough for me to go to sleep, to wake back up again. So imagine how much blessings that is up from the door. You're able to walk around in all this madness out here with a demon hunting you every single day, trying to murder you. And you're able to go out and do what you need to do, come back in, to wake back up the next day to have another blessing, to repeat that blessing again, to come back in. And you think God doesn't have mercy. Now imagine you wake up or you don't wake up that day. Or you wake up and you go outside and you wait by a bus and a bus jumps to loses control and you get struck by that, or somebody get caught up in a drive. Anything could happen at the end of the day. Anything. A lot of people end up at the wrong place at the wrong time. You got to think, when you come home, there are some people that are not going to come home. When you wake up, there are some people that didn't wake up in this world. But you've been blessed to have that opportunity to go out and seek God and become a believer of the Lord, to serve Him and do His will. And you don't want to do it because you want to live out in this world. And you don't realize you get mercy every single day of your life. If you don't believe it or not, you get mercy. You don't have to wake up the next day. You don't got to come back in the next day. You don't got to go back out the next day. It's not promised to you. So you have mercy. Some people will go out, wake up, commit sin, go out, commit sin, come back in, commit sin, and then wake up the next day. Not realizing that at any given time that hourglass could run out, or that one can collect. Or try to figure a way to collect. Yeah, it's a dangerous game. Once you figure it all out, and I sat there and I got it, when it dawned on me when I was reading the Bible, and I scared the daylights out of me. I said, my goodness, man. Terrifying thought at the end of the day, if I had been killed out in them streets, doing all that ruckus, carrying on and acting up, if I was killed in the streets, I'd be suffering eternal damnation right now. It's in the book of Revelations. It suggests that God keeps a record of everyone's actions, including both good deeds and sins, in the book. Everything's in there. Everything you do, everything you think of is in that book. How do you make it to heaven? Believe in Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. That's everlasting life right there. To believe that Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior. Oh yes, I do. 100% I believe it. That He's my Lord and Savior. I've seen the miracles of God. The first one, basically, the fact that I was able to live in all that horror, defying His word, and He had mercy enough to keep me alive so I could be saved, going through the prison system, and then coming back out to be baptized. I could have been killed coming out. Anything could have happened to me. But He allowed all that to come true so I can be here today. So it scares me at the end of the day to realize that I was in all that gunfire, shooting, carrying on, fighting, whatever went on out there, and I'm still here. Imagine if He got tired of me. Man prosecutes my people at the end of the day, attacks my people, and He took my life out. I'd be gone. I wouldn't be here having these videos. I'd be gone if He did by now. Or if He decided to give me that full 40 to 80 years in prison, I'll still be in. It baffles me that the fact that He saved my life. Why? Because He loved me. That's why He loved me. Because you only do that for people you love. He gave me a second chance. I'm one of the people I can honestly say I didn't deserve a second chance. I was something else. I was a ruthless old individual. Didn't deserve it at all, whether. But He saw something in me and He thought it was worth saving. And He saved me. And that's what you guys been attacking. So that's why you're going to go to your crossroads. When the crossroads comes up, where you have a choice whether you take this side or that side. And meanwhile, while all this is going on before the crossroads, anything can happen. Like I said, you don't have to wake up the next day. You don't have to come in. You can have a heart. Anything can happen. Do I wish anything bad on you? No. I wish you a long life on this earth, but unfortunately, we don't live here that long. Fortunately, we have to go. It depends on where your hourglass is at. Or depends on whether what this other one is planning. It says it right here, God already knew all your sins. He knew you were going to commit all your sins. He knew it. It's God. He knows everything. He knew you were going to commit all the sins that you were going to commit. And yet he still gave you the ability to be saved. Then you talking about he don't have mercy at the end of the day. You're going to kill, rob, rape, steal, whatever you're going to do, he knows going to do all that. And he still gave you the ability to be saved. You knew you were going to listen to the devil, do everything the devil told you to do. And he still gave you the ability to be saved. There's something called the Book of Life. In the Book of Life, it talks about whose names are written in the Book of Life. People that are people that if your name is written in the Book of Life, that means you will be saved. I find that part mind blowing for me. That my name was written in that book. If I got saved, he knew I was going to get saved. He knew everything I was going to go through, all, the whole 9 years, everything. But not everybody's going to heaven. Not everybody's going to go there. There's a certain number that go to heaven. There's a certain number going to hell. There's a certain number going to heaven. I do. I'm telling you, I'm happy, 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 happy. All right. I'm happy. Oh, I gotta test my map system. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm here. That's why I said people who sit on fake accounts and all that think you're hidden. Nobody knows your name. No one knows your address. Nobody knows where you're at. Guess who knows where you're at? The devil knows where you're at. Yeah, because he's the one that's telling you to do all that dumb stuff. God knows where you're at too. And everything you do is written in the book. So you don't get away with anything. You will pay for every single thing you have done on this planet from the day you basically first breathed your first breath to your last is all documented. So you all know all that's God. Yep. There's some Dominican food today. Dominican food is amazing. Oh, they make good food over there. They make good food there. But anyway, yeah, everything's documented. Everything's documented. So if you think that your sins are hidden, you think that God does not see you, he sees you. And everything you have has been logged in. Let's see if we got it right this time. Yeah, because I know all this stuff. Personal attorneys, all that, and all this stuff, all this whole script. Hey! Let's see. space. Look out, human race. Do. There's a law firm near there. Should know that. I walked through this whole place over and over again. I'm going through every place. Just about every place down here. I haven't been to the casino yet. There's a casino down here somewhere. They said they're building a boardwalk down here. That would be pretty cool. Boost Mobile. I know the Boost Mobile is that. Definitely know the Boost Mobile is that. There's a 7-Eleven. That's the 7-Eleven. That's when I walk past 7-Eleven. Oh, thank heaven there's 7-Eleven. Let me see. Yay! Got to work. Cool, it's working. Man, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Finally got this thing to work. It takes a little bit of tweaking though, but it works. Now, those who've advertised for my company for free, thank you so much. Will I be paying you anything? No. Thank you, Jack. You know, this address shows up. It shows up on all my whatchamacallit. It shows up on my brochures, my business cards, and soon it's going to be networked all over here. Bam, 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 everywhere. Now, let me show you something real quick. You see this street right here? Let's take a walk up. You know what that building is? That's FBI right there. This building, where some of you guys, your documents are sitting in right now. That's when I was walking by and telling you, yeah, you're that close. Literally that close. That's why it's right up the street. Let me show you right here. Let me walk up. That right there is the courthouse. That's where you'll be going. Where we prosecute you for basically committing crimes against my business. You're also documented in here too. Over here, we have records. You're in there too also. This is FBI right over here. See? That old building. That's all FBI right there. All right, now let's go over here. See right here? Everything's all connected together. There's the post office right there. Let's come over here. Let's walk down this street right here, but you gotta do this anyway. That is City Hall. I'm known in there too also. And they know about your nonsense in there too also. Let's keep cruising. Let's keep cruising. Everything's connected together. Right here is the Allentown Police Department. Mr. Fernando and Mr. Williams and the rest of you jokers, this is where all your documents have been filed. Multiple police reports and all evidence that we have against you to hold you in court have now been scanned into this system over here, which will be soon right into this building here. And after everything is taken care of, you see this building right down here. Let's go take a walk down here. We should be hitting it in a few minutes. Right there. Let's go up. Now, you see this building right here? This is the prison system. This is where you're going to be at. That's how fast I got you connected. You're going to be sitting in that building right there. For I don't know how long, but you're going to be there for a while. I want to make sure that when we get before the judge, I want to make it crystal clear we do not want you to have bail because of the trouble you have caused, because of the people you have contacted and how you guys were all involved in this conspiracy trying to make trouble for us, that we've received death threats, which I have emails on death threats. We've received racial slurs, we were called niggers multiple times. All that before the judge, showing that you guys are extreme danger and and that you need to be put in the system until your court date comes up. So to make sure you don't get bailed. Remember, you did all that dumb nonsense, right? Yes, you did. All right then. Got no one to blame but yourself, right? Your online privileges will be shut down, by the way, so you know that. Because you committed those crimes there. See that? There we go. I'm going to make sure, my lawyer's going to make it crystal clear to the judge that we do not want you out on bail. We need you to be held. And that's what's going to happen. You're going to get held. And make sure you don't go back. Make sure you stay in the system. See right here, Mr. Fernandez, is all the stuff that's in the police report right now. The police system right now, over there, all this is in there. All these documents right here, this is all you in there. Oh, that came from your website, right? See, at the top. Crow screen paint mixes. Yeah, your company committed those crimes, which means you're prosecuting your company too. There you go. That's where you dox the address at. That was on your YouTube account over there. Even pointing to the window. Even sat there and said that we were fired from the Children's Youth. First things first, you can't get fired for being a volunteer. That's not getting fired. And second, you contacted these people and harassed them because we had your emails. We also had to trace back to your account, Mr. Fernando. So, again, all this you did right here is written in the book of life. Everything. God knows all that you did. And we prayed before the Lord. Now all this is going to come out in the open in front of a judge where you're going to spend the rest of your life behind bars. This is where he was basically doxing the address over at the garage. We show the courts that you have been stalking us for quite some time. These are more emails, more messages on his page. Of him basically calling us a b-boy and something very unprofessional. This is also posted to business sites that we have. Different business sites that we work with, showing them how you have carried yourself, how you talk to us and other people. That's why you don't curse and carry on your forum sites. You don't curse and carry on when it comes to your website. Imagine you're buying something at Best Buy and a guy curses you out, call you every name in the book. You're like, what the freak? Yeah, there you go. Not professional. There's your doxing the address again. There's doxing my sister's address. This is when my mother was living there. Trying to put my mother's life in danger. I told you, Fernando, you got a lot of things to pay for. You know he's going to pay for the other side, because I told you my mother knew some very interesting people. These are people she helped out. You know, my mother's the kind of person that tried to get people better lives, tried to get them into better schools and stuff. You know, everybody called her mom. She's that type of person. And that's a person at the end of the day that you try to put life in danger. Try to put her life in danger. If I had spoken that at a funeral or spoken that nonsense around my family, you'd have met some of my family very easily. And people that aren't blood related are blood related. Everybody's got them at the end of the day in the family. Somebody's been real close to your family, you consider them to be just as family to you at the end of the day. They found you attack that old woman like that, attack my mother like that? Oh yeah, definitely. But, like I said, things do pop up. And you're going to be in the court system pretty soon. And yeah, look at it. Constantly in here sending messages on his site saying, people, go visit Kenneth Bird. You're in a lot of trouble, man. And by the way, Mr. Fernando, you'll get a chance to meet me personally, because I'm going to have you in the judge's chambers. Come have a nice little talk with all of you to see what in the world are you thinking at the end of the day to do something that stupid. Crying and pleading will not help you. We don't care about that. Look at this. Doxing addresses. All this we have here is over in the Allentown Police Report right now, with your name attached to it, to a document. So a judge is going to see that. And this is coming from a person who's not documented, who's doing this stuff. That's why I do want to sit back and say, oh, poor me, I didn't do anything wrong. No, Fernando, you came over here without, you don't have a citizenship here. You don't have documents. You don't have a social security number, birth certificate, you have none of that. And And you came over here instead of trying to do something positive with that, like go get an attorney, try to get your citizenship, try to walk a straight road. You came over and committed crimes, very serious crimes. Now, how would your community feel that you have made them look bad? That while you were here, you could have been doing something positive to help your people, but you did the very thing that people accuse your people of doing. There's this website down for good. Yep, I had to go. Keep that long. So when you get up there and you show your Mexican flag, acting like you're for your people, you're not for your people. Because we go to sites where people basically talk about the food and stuff like that, talk about different nationalities. I post your stuff over there. I show them exactly the kind of person, how you represent your own people. And they don't like you, Fernando. They don't like you at all because you make them look bad. And if I was that type of person, I could sit there and say, oh yeah, I got a bad experience with a Mexican guy over in California. This guy went and did everything that they said he was going to do, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, they all need to be deported. You make people, you make those kind of monsters. That's what you do. You make those kind of monsters. Lucky for you, I'm not that type of person. Lucky, I'm the kind of person at the end of the day that think, I don't look at people's race or whatever. I see people all the same. Every race of people got bad apples. Everybody has them. Everybody has bad apples. I don't say all white people are evil. No, they're not. White people are evil. There's a lot of fantastic, amazing Caucasian white people. We call them today. My buddies, his name, my people. I call my vanilla brothers. Vanilla brothers. You like that? That's mine. But anyway, I don't sit there and say that to them because they're not all like that. Certain bad apples are. Are all black people this, that, and the other? No, we're not. Certain bad apples are. Every race has to deal with those bad apples. And unfortunately, those bad apples sometimes reflect their dumb nonsense on the good apples at the end of the day. And that's what you do. You reflect that bad nonsense. Imagine if you were out there and those people are protesting to keep from getting deported because everybody wants to look at them in a bad way. Imagine if they found out what you were doing in that apartment. You think they would agree with you? I don't think they would. Not one bit. He was sending us pornography on his phone. Yeah, we traced all his fake numbers. When you pull up his account number on the LLC, it brings up a file number. That file number brings up his white pages. And I know you wanted to change it, but there was already duplicated. The minute it popped up, everything was duplicated for courts. He was using one of his brother's addresses to commit crimes. Because when we look at the, what's it called? The cease and desist order comes up on the 317 Kern Street. We thought that was his address. No, it's a family member's address. So this guy was using his own family member's address to commit crimes. You imagine the shock they must have got when that letter came through hitting their place at the end of the day? Oh, yeah, they did. I guarantee they contacted him. Yep, we got you over here. More doxing. Over here, these are all these are scanned into the system with Allentown Police. Taking pictures of the backyard. Let's see what we got else here. We got a lot of stuff in here for court. You have up to, I think, maybe 36 accounts. Every last one of them, we have to go through all of those. Every single one of those. We have to go through all of them with the judge. And mind you, each one of those documents have pictures, videos, text messages attached to each one, showing that we had hardcore evidence for every one we filed. Now, the worst thing about it, those that were involved, you may say, well, I didn't do the stuff he did. Doesn't make a difference. It's like robbing a bank. You may be the driver. You didn't go in and carry a gun. You didn't point at anybody. You didn't do any of that stuff, right? But you drove the vehicle, which makes you an accessory to the crime, which means you might not get as much time as they will, but you are going to get time. Unfortunately, you guys did get out of the car and walk in and rob the bank too, because you did the same dumb stuff he did. There we go. Interesting. More stuff we actually scanned into the system with Allentown. All this stuff is in your system now. Let's see, we have here. guy next door or neighbor next door. Yeah, your account was pinged, tracked your IP address. They went through your page. You guys all show up on this guy's page. Yeah, that's not going to go well. Conspiracy charges were filed for that one. There we go. This would be Solemn Way 5. You posted my face without my permission, right? So prepare, lawsuits are coming your way. I didn't give you permission to post my face in any way whatsoever, Mr. Daniel McAfee, right? And this is recently, so that's going to cost you a lot of money. Can't do that kind of stuff. I keep warning you guys, you get sued for that kind of stuff. Can't post people's addresses. Mr. Williams, this is where we basically touch base and figured out where you were at. The high rises, this is where you're at right now. Now, we've already passed this already. I've made contact with this building. I've met your leasing, property management, and gotten word that legal is now involved in your actions, and your letters were sent back to them. So now they have some of your letters, some of your handiwork to show to the courts. He's in the process, if he hasn't been already, he's been evicted from the unit. But again, as I told you before, once we touch base with all the information, I do have 2 criminal charges I did file against you. I am going to be touch base with the Baltimore police to finish that off and get a warrant for your arrest. So we're not done with you yet. We're not finished yet. But this is where we figured out where his building located at when it first popped up. What gave you away? Your video. And your video, the apartment that you're in has a balcony. Next to the balcony is a large door. So when the doors open up, that's not the kind of door you have for your entry door. That's a door that they designed for patios. And looking at the building, we saw 2 types of rises. We saw low rises and high rises. So we contacted the low rises and we talked to somebody over there who I became good friends with and found out that you were over in the high rises, which has a different number. So we were able to contact there and reach leasing over there and have a conversation with the problem we're having. We described the inside of the building perfectly to the point they said, yeah, that's our building. And I said, do you have Comcast? And he said, yes, we do. If Xfinity, that's what you have? And he said, yes. We were able to ping your email that were attacking our account. It came back to that server on that side over there. And we showed them the information. So that's when they took it to telling us to send whatever we need over to them. And that's when we were taking pictures, sending over the letters. You were harassing us with your address and handwriting to match. My buddy later on went in and opened up one of the envelopes and lifted your fingerprints. That's for the criminal charges. So, long story short, they know they can be sued. And in order to satisfy us, you have to be out of the building. And that's what they did. They're doing right now. They have a lawyer. Everything's going to the lawyer. We got some more stuff sent over to him on top of that, including we also brought it up that he was basically, they asked us, how do we know about him? He contacted our company impersonating a minister. And we have multiple pictures of him and his face claiming to be a minister on Facebook, YouTube. We have links of him requesting money. That's a scam. That means you're scamming customers, making them believe that you're something that you're not. So your life is over. But yeah, all this stuff was sent over to him. So he figured that he would give the address, right, to where the building's at. We had to figure out which one he was at, low rises or high rises. And in the high rises, he probably figured we would never figure out exactly which one of these apartments you sit in. All we have to do is contact your leasing department. In legal, and that's it, right there to track you. They knew exactly where you were. And you gave us your full name. Derek Franklin Williams III. Oh, by the way, when you put glitter into an envelope and you send it over, especially when there were charges being filed against you about using the United States Postal Service to harass and bully people, threaten people by using, anytime you put a substance in there that it's considered to be a terrorist act. So you're going to get some more time on top of that. And if it's glitter, baby powder, cinnamon, it doesn't make a difference. The fact that if you were using that service to commit a crime and you were putting things in there that should have been in there, they consider that an act of terrorism, even down to glitter. There were people that were dumb enough around the time where people were getting anthrax, and they thought it was funny to ship someone powdered sugar, and they got serious time for that. Even though it's harmless, even though it's just powdered sugar, the fact that you were sending something over with the intentions to do harm, which means that we can get you for more time for that, like another 20 years. And you don't have that much time. You're roughly, I would say, in your probably mid mid-40s. Well, that's your life is over. Moving on. Let me see. These are from you, Jamie. These were pinged back to you. This is where you were contacting us, and we said we'll see you in court. Get a lawyer. And now we're at the point, right? Get a lawyer. I would advise you get one. Let me see. Racial slurs. Yeah. Calling us nigger. And then went on I posted this on one of my pages. Then he came in on my page, my Facebook page, and put a laugh emoji next to us, the nigger word, right? But the problem is, Mr. Fernando, you left your Facebook page open and we got access to your entire page. It means you duplicated the entire page. So now I have family, friends, personal information, all that. We already have it already. And then when he found out about it, he locked his page real quick. Well, too late for that one. But if you weren't over there laughing about something you were doing, then you would have never gotten caught, right? There you go. And that's going. Now, we be concerned about his family. We don't care about that at all, period. It just came with the territory with the page. We're more interested in his information, which we got. Besides, if you were to go in and you were to type in his ID number over his LLC, it basically sends you to white pages. Whereas when we found out about the 317 Kern Street, we found out that the address on there wasn't his. It's actually, it might be a family. It's definitely a family member. It had the same name on there. It matches theirs. It matches his. Here we go. It's a case ID number for post office mail fraud. For basically sending us down a product that we clearly recorded our shopping carts. This is Mr. McAfee showing you on your YouTube channel after you did a fake demonstration claiming that you bought our product from us, did a fake unboxing, used United States Postal Service to commit a crime. Should I go on with this? We got your face on the receipts. We got you videos deleting every video one by one. We got you shutting down your YouTube channel. And I'll tell you, guys make it too easy. There's more emails right here with the N-word involved. Let me see. So every text message you sent to us, Crow, we got every single one of them saved for court. All these conversations, Mr. Rogers. Yeah, Mr. Rogers, you posted some information about me, right? You posted my face, called me a scammer, rip-off artist, all these things. Remember that? You said all that stuff about me? You can't do that. It's against the law. That's why your lawyers haven't contacted us. Because even they told you that if you did exactly what he said you did, you're getting sued. Mr. Rogers, since you have all this income, I'm suing you for over $10 million. Or, if the lawyers get a little giddy in it, it could be $100 million. But it's going to be up there. It's going to be way up there what we're going to ask for. You won't be the culprit. So don't get comfortable with that stuff. All your stuff will be sold off to charity. Everything's going to charity. There's more evidence of my customers. Yep, there's more. Showing you guys in Crowcast. So if you guys ever sit there and say, well, we don't know each other, I never met this guy before, we have every Crowcast documented and recorded showing you guys all know each other. That you frequently did these videos. See the picture we're painting on yet? I'm not going to go too well. We have more. Oh, there's another right there. There's another document right there. Jamie, you tried to dox the address we're in. I don't know what you call yourself, calling the police. It was traced back to your address. Or you're making a fake police call. You're calling the police and saying that it was a Goodwill check, but we already knew from the door. And you used your last name, but you changed it to George Gonzalez, which again, it came back to you. So that'll be used against you in court. More documents here. Faking batch numbers. So you guys thought you got away with it, right? You thought that all your crimes and everything you did are hidden. Gentlemen, this is not the worst for you. The worst is for you if you die. That's the worst for you. If your time has come and you're going to pass off this earth, that's your worst for you. Because you're going to suffer for this here and on this land. You're going to have to go through this process. But if you pass away in the process of it all, you're going to go to hell. All this stuff is written in the book of life. God has a copy of all this being written. You can delete it all you want. Whatever you delete makes no difference. It's written in the book of life. Everything. If you got in your mind at the end of the day, you think God can't see you, God can see you. You can see me right now. Everything you did is written in the book of life. And Mr. Rogers, no, Mr. Williams, is stealing from God. There you go. You posted this, dead or alive. Which means when we get you in court, Fernando, I've actually already filed for terroristic threats and also too basically death threats against my life. Because you posted a dead or alive and you took my image off my picture that I had for the bucket list. I donated money to the bucket list. You took my image and put it here on the dead or alive poster. You can pay for that two ways. You pay for it in heaven, so you pay for it in the next life, and you pay for it here. All that's been in the system. Oh yeah. We got all your stuff. All it's right here. It's going to cost you thousands of dollars. More lawsuits. Calling me a scammer. There's my copyrighted material on this side over here. Now, Jamie, I want you to remember this. Every picture I show you is in Allentown Police Department right now. Behind a complaint. So when a judge reads through that complaint, the problems we've been having with you, mind you are not documented. You understand this? So you're looking at a different type of prison. You're not going back home. That's not going to happen. You're not getting deported. That's not going to happen. You're going to stand trial for everything you've done. And you could easily get hundreds of years for this. You're going to be in the system for a very long time. You'll spend the rest of your life there. You call my product a scam here, right? This is on your channel, right? This is where you call my product. This is the Black Series edition. Yeah, it has copyrights on it, by the way. This is what the judge is going to see. He's going to see all your activity. And that's why we're going to request for the judge, we don't want you to have bail. We need you to stay indefinitely. So whenever the court case comes up, it could be 2 years, 3 years, heck, and get tied up. You'll stay in that prison system for how long it takes. So I would suggest while you're in the system, get saved, find God, because if you die in there, you know where you're going next. So it all comes back to pay you back. And everything here, written in the book of life. You didn't get away with anything. That's what people get me at the end of my well, they'll never catch me. It's interesting when you have criminals out there who evade the law. And they grow and they die. And they figure, I got away with it. But you didn't. Because now you wake up in the next life and you have to pay there. And paying there is far worse. Because that's damnation over there waiting for you. No second chance, no way to get out of it. Your damnation forever. It will never end. It'll be eternity forever. That's a horrible way to go. Oh, remember, you did this one right here. Another lawsuit. That was recently, wasn't it? Yeah. That's going to cost you a lot of money. You don't have that type of money, Jamie. You really don't have that type of money. Once we get through and you can do your collection, selling all that off, because there's not going to be much in there. We might get a few things in there. There's not going to be enough to pay up what you got to pay up. You're in the million category right now in lawsuits. You don't have that kind of money. To take it all. We'll just take it all. That's what we'll do. Another lawsuit coming up. This is when you involve the Allentown Police Department because you put their name in there. Yeah. Another lawsuit right there. Doxing addresses again. Oh, by the way, my sister's filed charges already, and she's in the process of getting a lawyer to sue you. This is your site again, right? Crow's Cinemax Mix, the same thing that shows up on your LLC. I would make sure that when we contacted and reached out to people with the LLC, we sent them over these documents to them, including also your violation of using the word Frankenstein and the video of you claiming that you made that product and you have ownership of that name to use it any way you want to. So I think they're going to speed up the process for you. Another lawsuit. And again, really, this is what you did with your time when you came over here? Undocumented. And this is what you chose to do with your time? This is the reason why my Mexican brothers want to kick his behind. Because you're making them look bad. You broke every law in the book. Still hunting that landlord. We have to track him down through address now. I didn't want to go down that route. We're going to have no choice. Get the investigator to go dig through there next. He's going to have to pop up. He's going to have to pop up there. He's got to collect his money. So they're checking banking accounts, all that stuff to see where his money's going at. Fine, he doesn't want to be found. He honestly doesn't want to be found. But do you blame him? Do you blame him not wanting to be found? I'm pretty sure you've probably seen some of these videos. Do you want to blame him? Now, who knows? This snake in the grass, probably, I wouldn't say, I'm not going to say it insinuated, but I'm just saying that this snake in the grass, if someone tries to help him out, I wouldn't be surprised if he would use that against them to twist their arm. He's that type of person. Well, if I'm going to go down, you can go down with me. He's that type of person. That's why I said, those of you who work with this guy, when his time comes, he's going to throw you clean under the bus. We got enough evidence to prosecute you, but he's going to make sure he gets something. You're going with him. He wants you to have as much time as he's going to get. He's going to throw you clean under that bus. Because I guarantee you that the guy who gave him the break in that place, I guarantee you, he has to know what's going on. He has to know. When process servers, when they come to that front door, they get those letters out to the owner. Owners get those letters too. They have to know some government agency, somebody was at that door. They have to know this. So I don't know if there's other people in the building. We don't care. I couldn't care less about anybody. I wouldn't care about him. But I'm pretty sure this knucklehead, as dirty as he is, I wouldn't put him past it. That if he made that statement that, hey, look, there's other people in here, you know, I can easily just snitch. If I'm gonna get it, we all gonna get it. And you know what that would do with him at the end of the day? That would pretty much hurt him. So I wouldn't be surprised if he wouldn't do something like that. I would not be surprised. That's why we need to talk to him. If you felt he didn't do anything wrong, you wouldn't have gave us a fake landlord. That's why we got the fake landlord, because he did something wrong. Post office fraud charges. Everything we show you is true, right here. This is Jamie's product right here with the PayPal receipt. This is post office fraud charges. That's the container we got where he said it was an ambient rejection. Remember? Yep. Violation against our copyrights. More violations against our copyrights. You do know this is considered to be a cybercrime, right, Fernando? To that document, I had the control number, which we're sending to your landlord, and we're sending over to where you apply for your LLC, and the lawyer over at LegalZoom. They're getting those documents. Those documents show that you're an undocumented, and it shows at the end of the day that you committed very serious crimes here in the United States. What do you call this? It's copyright. Whose name is sitting on our copyright without permission? Jamie's is, right? So that's against the law. You can't do that. So that means you came over here and you broke federal laws. And that makes your people look bad. Now, I tell people at the end of the day, don't blame them because it's not their fault. Every race has bad people. I do. He's one of them. But every race has bad people. Should all Mexican people be blamed for this? No. Heck no. What's wrong with you at the end of the day? You got mental problems? No. None of them. People that are doing the right thing, I believe, should have a right to stay here. Anybody's over here working hard, doing what they're doing, you know what I mean, and keeping their nose clean, just like the rest of them, got a right to be here. If you're breaking the law, you gotta go. If he was a citizen here, he's still going to jail. Mr. Fernando, you made it sound like
that if you were a citizen here and you committed these crimes, you wouldn't go to jail. Yes, you are. You don't have a grasp on reality. If you got two people robbing the bank, one is documented, one's not documented, they're both going to jail. You're gonna say, oh yeah, you're a U.S. citizen, right? Oh, you don't gotta go to jail. Don't worry about it. Keep the money. We don't care. Oh, you shot somebody in the process? Don't worry about it. You're not going to jail. You're a citizen. Oh, you're not a citizen? You don't have documents? Lock them up. Yeah, right. That's the world you live in. I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't drink. Did I kill enough time here? Yeah, I did. We're about 11 o'clock. I think I gotta go do something. Anytime you see me talking like this, I'm killing time or something. Where my mouse at? Oh, and I can make a gamer paint. This is what the CCB had. Let's remind him. How much jail time can you get for willfully on a copyright? You owe a lot of money. That's for each one. Fines up to $250,000. They can reach to $100,000. You can be prison up to 10 years. That's per offense. It is willfully now. You're looking at 10 years for each one, accounting at 137 violations against our copyrights. Do you know how the judge is going to treat you in that courtroom? He's going to yell at you. He's definitely going to yell at him. Because Mr. Fernando, for some strange reason, believed that because he was undocumented, that he can do whatever he wants on U.S. soil. That's the problem and what the Mexican people are going through, because they're being labeled for being these kind of people. And you got people out there that are working hard, trying to provide for their families, trying to get education for the family, and then they got jerks like you who are doing this dumb stuff to make them look bad. You got a nerve to show a Mexican flag on your YouTube channel? You're against your own race. You're the Uncle Tom of Mexicans. Yeah, you are. Because it's like you're working for the other side, or you're working for Trump. You must be working for Trump. But Trump is the one making the accusation that they're all bad people. And you're doing this stuff right here. So, let's talk about 10 years. 10 years for willfully. For each one. Each offense. And you get 6 of them, that'd be 60 years. You got 137. You read through all that, Fernando? Do you read all that? And they had a nerve. We had a lawyer contact them. The judge is going to say, we had a lawyer reach out to you and tell you to back it down, and you refuse to do so. And the lawyer told you what's going to happen to you. You listen? Nope. All right then. CCB process server coming soon. I'll sue you for $60 grand. Take it to federal court, and you're going to spend the rest of your life in jail. That's your future. You don't get your act together, you get saved, and the devil kills you in that spot. And that's what he's the one that planned on this for you. Didn't you listen to him? He told you to do all this dumb stuff, and what did you do? Did you rebuke him? Did you put it in Laura's hands and say, I rebuke you, Satan, I'm not going to listen to this nonsense, you're not going to destroy my family, you're not going to destroy what I work for the bill. Did you do that? No. You basically walked hand in hand with him. So, when you hit that crossroad in prison, your devil's going to come to you and he's going to try to finish you off by telling you, well, now you got to act like you're big and bold, try to attack him, it's not going to work, man. You're going to invite worse things to that prison system you're going to be in. So when that devil comes to you and carrying on and acting up, telling you to do dumb stuff, Fernando, if you've never been in jail before, if you do dumb stuff in there, most people don't live the next day. It's quick and fast. They will come right to your bunk and come get you. You're going to be, I think in that situation, he may find God. People find God in the strange places. I found God in jail. He may find God, or he may deny him. If he denies him, the devil's going to collect. And of all the crimes we have against you, we can charge you with. All the things we have against you, we can charge you. This is the worst one. It's the worst one. Every lawyer I talk to, and I show them the handiwork and our documents. The first thing he said was, is he slow? Because no one's stupid enough to do that. No one's dumb enough in their right mind. If Mr. Williams had touched one of those copyrights, that means that we could have got him on copyright infringement easily. We could easily got him 10 years. Easy. Even he's not stupid to do that. He does some dumb stuff, but he ain't that dumb. Rogers never flashed their copyrights. Because even he knows that's a stupid thing to do. Even though he posted my face, which he shouldn't have did, but now he's going to get him sued by. This ain't going to get the jail time he could possibly get out of a copyright. It's far worse. You're the only one who touched that copyright that many times. And people believe that since you're the only one undocumented out of the group, you weren't going to do any time. What's going to happen to you, or prosecute you, and deport you back. Oh, man. You got a lot of things to think about, man. A lot to think about. Till then, I'm looking for, what's that? I want that one. I want, where's that? I want, I got new games in here. Pace. Come on, what's that? Motions. I'm actually building a game around this game. I came from like 60 bucks. I know this game is good. It's been 60 bucks for the longest time. I might get that 60. I usually don't get buy it. It's been 60 bucks for a game. That game's been 60 bucks for the longest time. What the heck is this? Oh, it's a fighting game. Alright, it's like 70% off. Definitely gotta grab that. Oh, this game, yeah, I want this game. This is another game I want to get. It ain't out yet. Alright, I'm getting that game. That's a shooter. No, I can't get it. I forgot. I've got Witch in it. Can't use it. Where is my game at?
I know it didn't launch already. If it launched already, I'm picking that up. Did you launch it early? Oh, if they launch this game, I'm buying it now. I want this game so badly. Oh, here it is, Nitro Express. I'm getting this baby right here, man. I'm getting this game. What comes out on the 19th? Oh, yes. I gotta build me. Oh, my screen. Do I need to be here on time to get that done? I gotta look into that. I gotta make this stuff. Oh, your screen paint for that. It's a gamer paint. We'll make a gamer paint for that. That Nitro Express. Okay. Definitely need to build a screen for it. I need to build a screen for it. I'm using invisible technology for it. No, because it's invisible technology. We can convert invisible technology into gaming technology. But it has to be transparent. That makes a visible screen. You can do it that way. Oh, crap. Then I gotta figure that out. That's another one I gotta figure out. I don't know whether it's a paint or make it big deal. Physical screen. No. Making a physical screen, we can't bring that thing out until 2026. We're making a screen paint, then it's different a little faster to make up this one. Alright, I'll figure it out. I'm at a crossroads right there. I don't know what to do with that. I don't know whether to make it a physical screen or make it a screen paint. Alright, people, I gotta go. I gotta figure that one out. I'm baffled. My mind's on this. That's what I don't get into that whole. My mind changes gears. Like, I say what I gotta say, that's it. I speak my mind. But then my mind's always still designing and building something new. Now that's in my head now. And now that's what I want to think about now is making that gamer paint for my my new game, Nitro Express. So, yeah, I got a project to work on. I'm gonna build me a gaming screen for that game only. Gotta go. Thank you and God bless. I'm calling Nitro Express.